Hello, we are streaming early today. I've got my coloring book. I've got my pens, just in case. I will be playing the disclaimer. Don't fret. This is what the stream's going to be about. Miss Ma'am, Courtney Shortney, did a live stream on the 7th, so a while ago. And we're gonna take a look at it. I'm sure other people have already looked at it. I am trying to find content for 31 streams in 31 days. So if you do have anything you'd like me to react to, I would love for you to send it my way. I obviously will do my best to find good content for y'all. Courtney's Courtney. I did shorten it. I cut out about 10 minutes of time. So we took out pauses and we took out, I think it was, and I like, or so I like, something like that. And that took out a lot. What else? We may even speed it up. Who knows? We're living on the wild side today. What else should I say? Oh, I'm DC. I'm an MLM dropout. I was in 2 multi-level marketing companies. And since getting out, or right before I got out, I was starting to see the unethical side of it. And now my positioning is, I think the compensation model in MLMs is inherently unethical. I also think that the leaders keep people in longer by using high control group tactics. We talk a little bit about everything on my channel, but we are not lint lickers. We don't do the ad hominem. We have a good time in the live stream, and also howdy hey to the replay crew. I'm going to play the disclaimer so we don't get slapped by YouTube, and I'll be right back. Enjoy another dance break. Where is it?
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head.
Okay, I see that Al sent me one to look at. I love that. Thank you so much. If y'all are wanting an easy place to upload things to, you can go to my campsite. I'm just thinking I need to add that to my budget transaction subscription thing, because I think I forgot to add that. But anyways, if you don't know who Courtney Shortney is, Aaron Bees knew her when Aaron was on the same team as Courtney under Jesse Lee. And if you want to know all of the lore, before Jesse Lee passed away, Aaron was one of the original people that came over to Pruvit from O'Dare with her. And we covered a lot of Jesse Lee because she was so good at the charismatic high control group leader bullshit. And Courtney was her, I say aggressive, attached best friend, but very much, it seemed like vocally, Courtney said that she was Jesse Lee's best friend, and Jesse Lee hardly ever said that Courtney was her best friend. That might have been because we didn't have, she wasn't filming every single part of her life, but rarely on a live stream did that happen. Jesse Lee has passed away. It was just the year anniversary of Jesse Lee passing away, and in the process of her friends and family mourning her passing was also used by her former best friend Courtney Shortney to gain more business, in my opinion. So she is continuing, in my opinion, to be problematic, not just for her health claims about ketones, but how she uses people to get ahead. And we cover those type of unethical tactics here on my channel. So if the technical difficulties hit you as they hit me during this stream, that's just what happens here. It's we're just gonna go with it. Okay. And look, it's already set up. Let's go. Do we have bats? Yes, we do have bats. Let's freaking go. Okay. Jesse Lee was a force. Yes. You're awake for alive. No, Kita. Let's go. Yes. As a reminder, I would love for you to preserve and promote your emotional and physical well-being. If this is not the stream for you because of the person we're reacting to or the multi-level marketing company or whatever, I will take a pity like, but definitely go take care of yourself. If you're watching this and you're working, doing laundry, getting through, I don't know, stuff you have to do it as an adult, that's cool too. Or definitely grab a coloring book like I have, or cards or something to redirect some of your anxiety, because these types of things do hit people. And if you've left MLM as well, they can be triggering. That's why it's hard for me to do Young Living or Mary Kay content. But I did find a Mary Kay rep this morning out of the blue on Facebook. Facebook served up from the algorithm a rep who's a part of multiple multi-level marketing companies, and Mary Kay is one of them. So we're going to be doing that in the future. I'm directing my emotions to my pizza. I love that. I love that. Awesome, Linda. Yeah, and again, we wouldn't, and I think collectively the live chat is pro getting help for your mental health. And if you need that, there's some resources. If you don't even know where to start, you can go to Psychology Today and you can search in your local area, and you can also pick what type of therapy you're looking for, and then you can then see if your insurance covers it. So there's some ways to start getting help if you need it. I certainly have needed it recently, and I've been in therapy for a hot minute, so I'm pro getting help for your brain. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, found you through the Nilo Life videos, enjoying your content. Thank you so much. We will be looking at Nilo Life next week, early next week. So if you want to come back too, that's awesome. Hello, Percy. I love all of your floofs. We're gonna get started right meow. Let me just move this way. Okay. I just want to kind of sit in this spot. Please hold. I'm just gonna make myself less. I don't know what's happening with my light. Okay. Yes, and Courtney Shortney has confirmed she's neurodivergent. Not all neurodivergent individuals maybe are struggling with mental illness. But again, sometimes if you're in the neurodivergent space like I am, and also the mental health space like I am, sometimes you need additional tools. So just be kind about how we react to this content. We're not going to be using ad hominem attacks. I will delete comments. My boundaries are in place, and we're going to move forward. Okay, let's go. Melissa, hello. Scooby required a sacrifice. Perhaps he's just hangry. I love that. Yes, can I also say the MLM model, in essence, doesn't allow anyone to grieve. Courtney, even in a very twisted and obsessive way, cared for Jesse Lee. I can't imagine having to deal with such a loss. That is such a great way to say that, Broken Waffles. It is spooky season. Yes, ma'am. We've got bats. We've got our spider webs. I'm working on more stuff. It's just, I just had stuff to do today. I was trying to get stuff done early today because we're playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight with my siblings, and I needed to do errand executive functioning things this morning. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start. I did put captions on the bottom. They're a little bit small, but if it's helpful, cool. If it's not, then ignore them. Okay, here we go. Hopefully QuickTime will not ruin our lives today. Oh, it's already ruining our lives. Please hold. God. It was playing before we started. Here, please hold. God damn it. I need to put my... Oof. Rest in peace. Technical difficulty free stream. We sure did love you while it lasted. I'm going to drag and drop this video into a Google Chrome tab.
Hello.
Oh. And we already have a Google Chrome tab set up. Is it the skinny one? Yes, it is. There we go. Pretty much good. Do we have the button set up? Yeah. Sweet. I can also... she's cut off a little bit. I can make her a little bit bigger. I mean, kind of bigger. I don't like the tangents, but we'll get over it, right? We'll survive. Lock overlay. That's okay.
Hello. Oopsies. Hello, 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 beautiful people. It is a great day to have a great day. I am in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm on lunch break at our virtual Inspire event, which is the the honey looked like hair. No, that's definitely my hair. Oh, shoot. That sucks. It was connected.
Oh, I have taken out the pauses, like I said earlier. The filler words have been taken out, so...
to my sleeve. So as you jump on, say hello, let me know where are you tuning in from. It's a great day. Every day you go live. Oh my gosh, Laura, I love you so much. Thank you, thank you. I came down here and everyone else went to like a Mexican restaurant, or there's a chicken place, or I forget what else they were eating, Italian or something like that. And
I can hear Jessie Lee. And again, I think that's a natural thing that people pick up on, especially neurodivergent people will, and I don't know exactly why, but for me, sometimes you're looking for any way to connect with somebody else if it is difficult for you, and sometimes you can pick up the way people speak. I mean, that's how groups of people where they're living end up speaking like one another, if that makes sense. And she spent so much time around Jessie Lee. She, I'm sure, watches old things of Jessie Lee and naturally picked up on the way that she spoke, and is probably holding on to that tightly because she cared for Jessie Lee. You know what I mean? It is. It's sad. I think it's an example of, like Broken Waffles was saying, and others in the chat have been saying, that there's no room in multi-level marketing to grieve because it is not a residual income. If you're not recruiting, your business is dying. If you're not selling and recruiting, your business is dying even faster. And we've seen from the recruiting numbers that Courtney is an awful recruiter. She just can't do the numbers to maintain her business. Yeah, hop out if you need to, or grab something that'll help you redirect some of your anxiety or your emotions about this. Knitting, crocheting, coloring, a stress ball. I have my colors, and I've been coloring. This is a mushroom coloring book. I like I'm doing black and white. And this is also a cat and mushrooms. I'm still working on it. But I have that I've been doing. Eating food, taking your meds, drinking something delicious. Or you can drink water too, but I'm drinking peach sweet tea that we made ourselves. Yeah, her shirt's great, her hair looks great, her makeup looks great. Her food that she's about to eat looks delicious. I don't think she eats it in the next 48 minutes though, so that's rip. The mushroom coloring book is from Coloring Heaven. My sister got it for me. coloringheaven.com. There's all different kinds. But it's a big mushroom. I had it when I was in the well, I'll make it public in a couple weeks probably. I'm drinking peach mango green tea. That sounds delicious. Oh, that's awesome, Coco. Hi, Miss Yvonne. Oh, it's so good to see you. I think long-term masking is a big factor in her behavior too. Loss of self. Yeah. And as I got diagnosed this year and lots of things have been falling in place, unmasking has been incredibly painful. It's a process, obviously, because to me, it was kind of a way to feel safe growing up. And unmasking is a mind fuck, in my opinion. It might not be a mind fuck for other people, but it's hard. It's been hard for me.
Nah. I'm literally the only one that came down here. Well, to be fair, everyone that saw me get juice the last couple of days, I got juice today. I had juice today and I had juice yesterday from here. And they were like, there's a juice place? And yeah, it's literally right down the road. I got it last time I was.
The words I took out was, and I was like. So if you hear those pauses, I figured that we didn't need those words. They were just superfluous. As are my so's and likes and ums and my filler words myself.
Here as well. I think, what month was it last year? I think June of last year we were here. And I didn't get to come in May of this year. I don't remember. Anyway, that's when I found it for the first time. I'm glad it's still here. It's really, really, really good. And she gave me this idea. Instead of a normal acai base, she did a PB&J base, PB&J protein smoothie base with the PB&J.
Oh my God, stop playing with your food.
Toppings. So, verdict is in. It's bomb.com. Her name's Corey. I'm about to go in there, give her some ketones. Oh my God.
Can we not recruit people or give them MLM supplements because they're just existing, doing their job, breathing the same air you are? Can we just freaking stop, please? She probably was like, I'm gonna have a really good interaction with this customer, and the customer, Courtney, was like, oh my God, this is a great interaction. You would be incredible on my team. Here is a ketone. No.
God. And she ruined it. Yes. Oh.
I really like your vibe. Have you seen Pruvit around like the street at all?
This is the same recruiting technique every single MLM person has been taught. Oh my God, I really like your vibe. Oh my God, your hair, incredible. Oh my God, you're so cute. I think we'd be really great friends. I think we would vibe together. Oh, and by the way, this is just a tactic to recruit you into my multi-level marketing scheme. They probably don't say scheme. They probably say business opportunity. Or I'd love to grab coffee with you. And then the coffee is a secret recruiting event that the person who got invited to coffee had no idea. They thought, oh my God, I made a friend. No, you did not. Rip. Looks like fake eating like actors on TV, Miss Yvonne. Yes.
She's like, no. So for those of you who are in a space, whether it's network marketing or not, where you are responsible.
I will say cutting out the pauses makes this very much more digestible for me.
For going out and communicating about, like, your role, your position is to communicate to other people about what your company has to offer. Literally everyone in network marketing.
No, I don't think that nurses want to be recruited when they're giving you your vitals or trying to take blood. I don't think that people serving you food want to get tricked into accepting something from you, or they feel forced to because they can't say no because they may get in trouble with their manager for not being nice to customers. I don't think that somebody in front of you at the grocery store wants to get a free supplement of a multi-level marketing product from you. I just don't. I don't.
Direct selling. Stop underestimating the amount of people that you can expose your opportunity to. When I tell you
the amount of people that you can expose your opportunity to. What? Welcome to Prove It. Welcome to Courtney Shortney. Welcome to the mindset behind what multi-level marketers are thinking when they just see you existing in the world. Oh, your vibe? Breathing the same air? I love it. Join my team. Join my team.
I'm gonna flip the camera. When I tell you we are all over this street, we are all over this town. We literally have a soccer stadium that has Prove It all over it.
Prove It pays to advertise at that soccer stadium. Prove It doesn't own said soccer stadium. Courtney Shortney. Are you... Ma'am?
If anyone were to look up the stadium, even the soccer stadium.
No, not a Kangen water bottle. Oh my God. Should we cover Kangen more? Water Barbie? I think we should cover Water Barbie more. I really do. I'm currently eating a yummy green salad instead of drinking moringa. I love that. I love that so much. Hey, let me know what you'd rather drink than Prove It ketones. I would rather drink root beer. I would rather drink a smoothie. I would rather drink sweet tea. I would rather drink wheatgrass. I would rather drink, I don't know, anything instead of Prove It ketones. Honestly. Oh, you're just a hater. Yeah, I have tried ketones and they made me sick. Not everybody's the same. They're salty as hell, so when they tell you the flavors are incredible, imagine 2 or 3 tablespoons of salt in something that's supposed to taste like, I don't know, Kool-Aid or blue Powerade. Then add another tablespoon of salt. So mostly you taste salt, and then on the back end, you get kind of a flavoring. That's what ketones taste like. But you know how wild my descriptions of food are. Oh, let's go. Hell yeah, I'll cover it next week. I'm currently drinking strawberry-flavored water. It's caffeinated. I love that for you, Nelkita. Oat milk decaf latte? Hell yeah. Like washing your... Wait. People are washing... There was somebody saying Kangen can be used as a laundry detergent. We've covered this before. One of the Kangen upper people was saying that they put the Kangen water on the setting for cleaning, which makes the water allegedly acidic, and that it can kill cancer cells. YouTube, I'm not promoting that. We're debunking that, okay? What? It's on one of my Kangen videos. It's freaking wild. Do you think that if doctors knew that, or that it was actually able to do that, that every doctor would want to do that to fight cancer? It is not a conspiracy. People in the medical field, for the most part, I know there's awful people in the medical field too. They take their oath to do no harm and actually to keep people healthy and want people to get well, like pretty fucking serious. So what do you think the truth is? Honestly. JL used Kangen water for 5 years too, so yeah. Hi, Ashley! Yeah, now that is some fuckery. Yes, it is. They're supposed to use the water for anything possible. Yes, they are, Cassandra. The one thing, and Melissa said this, the one thing I appreciate from Jessie Lee Ward's journey is that she called out Kangen for not preventing the big C. Respect. Yep. At least she said that. And for all the people taking advantage of Jessie Lee during her short battle with cancer, I wish karmatic justice was a thing, because that was the slimiest, most evil shit I've seen, preying on somebody who had cancer, like it as a business opportunity. It was disgusting. It was awful. It's hard to talk about Courtney Shortney and not talk about Jessie Lee, because they were so close. They were always in live streams together, and it's wild that she's been gone that Jessie Lee's been gone for a whole year. Over a year now. I know. I know it's not. I wish that it was a thing, because it's just the slimiest. Yes. Eric Worre and a bunch of other multi-level marketing reps, and what's his name? He looks like maybe he's on steroids and he's super wealthy, allegedly. Not Eric Worre, the other guy. Anyways, he as well. I know karmatic justice isn't a thing, so I'm just gonna state that again.
They know Pruvit is there, and they still don't know what we have. And we literally just celebrated our 9th birthday. And look at this. This is the shop, okay? Now I got to do this one at a time. Okay, on my nail over here, literally we.
Didn't she just say the street was covered in Pruvit stuff? Drop a 1 if you can see any Pruvit stuff in the video. Drop a 2. Drop a poop emoji if you can't see any Pruvit stuff in the video, because I cannot. I can't see anything. I cannot see a damn thing. It's very gorgeous. It's even more gorgeous because we can't see any Pruvit fuckery on the street. She said Pruvit was everywhere on the street. Boo Ed Milet, yes. Should we cover Ed Milet during the 31 streams in 31 days? Because I think yes. I love the poop emojis coming in, because what the hell? What the hell? Ed Milet's the other guy. Thank you, Becca. Oh, God.
An office, okay, you see that building and you see this building. We are all the way down that building there, okay?
Where's the Pruvit stuff? Oh, if you don't know, Pruvit is a multi-level marketing company that sells ketones. They're exogenous ketones, and they claim that the ketones will help put you in ketosis in 60 minutes or less, and that being in ketosis, you are going to use your fat as energy, and you are going to lose fat. Allegedly, they're not allowed to say lose weight. They do say lose fat, and nobody seems to put disclaimers on their before and afters, before and betters, and that is something that you can get slapped by the FTC for not including those disclaimers. It's a whole. Brian Underwood is one of the founders. He has a kind of sordid past with multi-level marketing companies, and what he said at Jessie Lee's funeral was absolutely fucked, honestly. And you can be mourning, but what he said, it was awful. It was awful. I didn't like the way that Jessie Lee did business, the way that Jessie Lee treated people from what I could see from what she posted. And when someone passes away, they deserve something better than what happened at her memorial service. Honestly, I just cannot.
So I think I can do it better this way if it's on top of each other. I'm trying to hold 2 phones at the same time, guys. So there's this block right here, okay? There's a street that's right there for the top phone and right here for the bottom phone, okay?
Here's some bats.
Where that car's pulling out of. Oh. On the right side...
Whoops, I forgot. I was like, Patricia, bats. Sorry, I forgot to put the video back up. She's just pointing at shit down the street. Then why don't they have the bodies of CrossFit athletes? And that's the thing. You're making a claim. Kind of what's what are the fruits of your labor? Does it make sense? Do you claim this? Like with gravity. Okay, if I drop something, is it going to fall to the ground? That's how you test a theory and then discover something or whatever. If you're looking like, I'm going to make a claim, and then is what I'm claiming happening when people are taking my product? And I'm confused about the claims that are made in Pruvit and why there's not more people showing that the claims are valid. Can someone answer me that? Somebody from Pruvit, let me know in the comments. If you're civil and respectful, we can have a conversation. If you're going to be a lint licker, your comment might get deleted.
On the right side of this, we have like 4 doors that are labeled Pruvit.
I hope that you you take it easy and recover. I know those can kind of wipe you out and make you tired. Make sure to sleep and take care of yourself and hydrate. I love it, Patricia. That's what happens when all of your relationships become transactional. Yep. 100%. And that's why supplemental advice is a research starting point, not a command. Yes, Nyando.
On the left side, we have at least 3 to 4 doors that are labeled Pruvit. And
Natasha, I've been running my mouth for a while. We're only 3 minutes into the video, and I've been streaming for 34 minutes, so rip. Rip, rip, rip. Should I try to speed her up? Playback speed. Let's try 1.25.
This building right here. This restaurant, this juice place, let me flip my camera back. You guys are seeing I'm propping you against the window and my water bottle. They don't know who we are. And it is the level of, I have all of these, I'm so excited. I'm so fired up. And literally, it's like, I know where we're going. I know where I'm going. And I am bringing people on this journey with me. If you want to come.
Are you bringing people with you when you only recruited 1 person in January? Or 0 people in January and 1 person in February? Maybe you've recruited more since then. Again, if you're bringing so many people with you, what's the evidence of that? Are you actually able to recruit people? Are you able to teach others how to recruit people? I say, no, you haven't shown that you can do that in the past. Your history says otherwise. Hello, Chris. Calm down. We do love a good side quest. I do have... Are these not linked anymore? Let's see. We got this? Oh, everything's unlinked. Okay, I'll press play and I'm going to fix my stuff.
And if you don't, you can watch and support in whatever way you feel fit, or not support. That's totally fine too. But I'm telling you, we're going to explode, because 10 years ago, we are on year 10 now, and this was being thought about long before it ever launched 9 years ago, celebrating our 9th birthday. When we started talking about this stuff, even I joined 7 years ago, people still thought that being in ketosis and fasting is just starving yourself, and didn't understand the biohacking benefits of it. Now, I'm not going to tell you that the way that you read about it is necessarily exactly how we do it, and the way that you've experienced fasting is necessarily the way that it's going to work for you, because many
Okay, let's just debunk some of this. Pruvit has a fasting, like it's either, I don't know how many days it is, maybe it's a 3-day situation, where they have supplements that you take. You have to buy a kit. It's kind of expensive. You buy a little kit and you fast, and you take ketone broth and pills and stuff like that to do kind of a guided fast with everybody. All of the reps are encouraged, voluntold to do it and to show it so that the customers will buy it. My question is, if we're talking about ketosis, and your ketones, why don't the ketones work? Why all of a sudden you have to add the mitoplex, and then also you're adding the fasting? If the exogenous ketones work, why do we have the other stuff? Also talk to your registered dietitian, because like there's been in terms of a ketone based dietary plan that has some benefits for people, from what I understand, with epilepsy. I'm not sure, like, there is research being done. There's some anecdotal evidence that it is like a therapeutic way to assist that diagnosis. From what I understand, it's not for everyone. Ketones, like eating in a ketone diet is not for everyone. And they say you can eat however you want, take the ketones, you're going to lose fat. And there's a bunch of other benefits that they say, and I wonder if they say those benefits because fat loss isn't always something that happens for everybody who drinks the ketones. Yep. Cal is saying that yes, but it has long-term liver effects for a lot of people, from what I understand. Exactly. That was my question with Jessie Lee Ward. If the ketones did everything she claimed and she drank like 4 a day, why did she have to go on her super expensive health and weight loss journey? And we looked at her injections and supplement. She made this live stream one day where she went through all of her injections that she was taking a day and all of her pills and all of that stuff. She went through and she named each one. And she was sick at the time and she didn't know it. And again, if ketones did what they were supposed to do, why didn't she get the body that she was wanting when she was taking them? And if they're effective, why wasn't drinking more effective? That's my question. And again, good products can stand up to scrutiny. Asking questions should warrant clear, concise, honest answers from the people selling that shit. I'm sorry, selling those ketones. Hello, Sherry. Oh, I love that. Tummy full of pizza. Is anybody playing any good games today? I want to play Dreamlight Valley. I really do. Nap on. Yep.
People do it very wrong, okay? And for women, especially with our hormones, we shouldn't be fasting all the time, and we shouldn't do the same type of fasting. We definitely do it different.
I love that she's giving food advice when she's not a registered dietitian. Tell me more. Ashley South, the lady that we looked at yesterday, claimed to not be a doctor, but was telling us that the products that she's selling from Life Activated Brands can fix a bunch of things that are wrong with people. And she said, oh, but I'm not a doctor. And I was like, oh, well, then why are you prescribing a product and claiming that it can fix stuff that medicine is required to address? Miss Ma'am. What? Courtney, stop.
With our hormones. So I'm not here to educate you on that part of it, but I'm here to tell you that what we did in the market when it comes to bringing biohacking in the mainstream, we were such catalysts in that area, and we're not alone. Okay, I'm not pretending that we're alone. But our doctors that work with us, especially Dr. Ryan, who is literally the thought leader, the person people look to, the guy that is like leading the charge when it comes.
Dr. Ryan is not a medical doctor, is he? Dr. Ryan, prove it. Dr. Ryan Lowry. Dr. Ryan Lowry. Oh. Is he a medical doctor? This doesn't look like Dr. Ryan Lowry. Prove it. We are doing fact checking as we are going. Unlocking the secrets to longevity. Oh, this is the dude. What kind of doctor are you? Die young as late as possible? I'm not even kidding you. Don't touch the poop, okay? I'm not gonna hide info from y'all, though. Unlocking the secrets to longevity and performance, innovating the future of health, speaker, researcher, dad, die young as late as possible. Sir? What? What? He's a sport doctor? I'm just... Dr. Ryan Lowry, naturally nourished. Let's see what this says. Dr. Ryan Lowry's story, current research on the keto space. Why are you hiding? Are you hiding? Maybe not. Tell us what kind of doctor you are. Ketogenic.com. Keto news. That's not what I want. We'll look for it more. I'll look while we're playing this.
To ketones as a fuel source, what being in ketosis can do for your body, what the creating and extending your lifespan. Like, he is the person that people go to, and he is the doctor that works the closest with us. Him and Dr. Ryan. They have
You know what my sister-in-law does? Because she has a PhD, so she doesn't confuse people. It's Dr. blank blank, comma, PhD. As our other doctors, my OBGYN is Dr. blank blank, MD. Ethical people will let you know what the alphabet grouping says or is for after their name. Hi, Neffy. Oh, you have? Okay. We just don't... Yeah, if you just want to tell me if he's a PhD or whatever, or a doctor of naturopathy, that would be great. Doctor, give me the news. I've got a bad case of loving you. She is eating an acai bowl, so it's kind of like a thick smoothie underneath. She's got peanut butter, chocolate, and strawberries on top. It looks delicious. I hope she can enjoy it, because it's hot as hell right now.
He's written books on this. He's written, like, he is the guy, and he's young and he's fun when he brings it up and he talks.
So we're going to be ageist. So doctors who are older, you know what, doctor who helped me and was a life-changing, tool. Hi, Coder. What you doing? Life-changing in terms of helping me figure stuff out. He's not young. He's actually about to retire, which is devastating to me, but you can do good things for people at any age. Okay? Stop. Broken waffles. She's supposed to be eating the bowl, but I think it's going to melt before she gets there. Yeah. Blueberry muffins. I love that. Sport doctors, which is cool. Stay in your lane. In my opinion. And if you want to get into another lane, do the work to get in that lane. If you need to get another doctorate, if you need to become a medical doctor, I don't know. That's what it seems like to me. Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, according to his LinkedIn. Jess Win. Thank you so much.
Talks about it, and I'm just telling you, like, having at our fingertips the product and what's to come, where we're going, the vision that we're casting, we are so focused on, yes, running the business that we're in, but we're so future focused. We're so ahead of the game.
I'm pausing this too much. You know what the trouble with one of the ditches you can fall into when you're so future focused is forgetting the foundational things that help you remain successful in the present. One of those being not making structure function claims about your supplement. because they certainly do that. Not everyone does, but a lot of reps mess up with that, and they make claims they shouldn't about the product to make money, which is shitty in my opinion.
We've been ahead of the game for 10 years now. This is just becoming mainstream to do the red light therapy, to make sure that...
Not much, Savannah. She is, she's made claims that Dr. Lowry is a good doctor because he's young. She said Pruvit was all up and down the street, and there's no sign of any Pruvit up and down the street other than the physical location of the building. She tried to recruit, she's about to go in to try to recruit the person who served her acai bowl. So that's fun. And what else? She was at a Pruvit event earlier. I think this came from September, so not too long ago, but not from this week.
You're getting deep sleep.
This is from Kentucky.
To make sure that doing the cryo and the cold plunging and all of that stuff, like, we have been talking about this for the last decade, and we're not alone. Like I said, I know that. However, we are now 9 years in, up to 205 patents that are active, pending, and processing. They cost thousands of dollars to get. They're all owned by our owners, okay? And Dr. Ryan is a part of that as well.
I think Terry LaCour is the one getting the patents because he is not just producing products for Pruvit. If you look at, he's producing a bunch of other multi-level marketing company products in his facility in Melissa, Texas. So when you go... You can look at a lot of companies' products and find out where they're being processed and the amount of products that Terry LaCour. I don't know if all of these patents for Pruvit are owned by the owners or if they're just owned by Terry LaCour. I don't know.
Owned by us. No, it doesn't say Pruvit on there because people have looked. I know that.
Our lawyer in the chat, one of our lawyers in the chat, Megan, said, as a lawyer, pending patents means literally nothing.
That's weird, but they're like, you don't own your patents. No, we own our patents because we have 3 owners that truly care. We have put the patents and under the right...
Brian Underwood truly cares. Really? When I'm laughing in a disdain and disagreement, Courtney.
Avenues of things, and there are multiple people that are locked into those patents, and they're more secure. Most people won't even go after them, let alone continue getting more of them. So for people to even have...
Yep. Ketogenic, he's funding research on ketones, so he has significant bias and motives to push this stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. And again, good for you for putting your money and trying to get things tested. That's cool. Definitely bias. A lot of people have bias. I certainly have a bias. I'm anti-MLM. I have experience on the MLM side. Some people in MLM will say, oh, you had a bad experience, so of course you're anti-MLM. It's deeper than that. My experience is more complex than that, as are a lot of people who are out of MLM or still in MLM and questioning what the hell is going on in the company that they're a part of. So people are more complex than, you know, the narrative that you might be telling yourself.
One patent is a really big deal. We have 205 that we've created over the last, or that we've integrated and processed and filed and all of those things over the last 9.5 years. Just insane. It's so amazing. And what that means is that people can't duplicate our process. People can't duplicate the formula. People can't, they might try to. Anyone else that's trying to sell you a ketone, anyone else that's trying to tell you that you're going to get the benefits of a better mood and better sleep and better focus. Can you imagine if you, like, you're looking for a better mood, sleep, focus, energy, fat loss, digestion, muscle preservation. You're looking for these things, and maybe you're looking for just one of them. Could you imagine, like, experiencing a product that actually gives that to you, that actually allows your brain to, like...
Does it allow your brain to focus, Courtney? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not effective on neurodivergent people like myself. I don't know. Are ketones really going to help with your sleep hygiene routine, which... a sleep hygiene routine may be more effective in combating things like insomnia or difficulty sleeping. But again, you're not taking into account medication that can make sleep difficult as well. And insomnia sometimes isn't even combated by a good sleep hygiene routine. So a bold claim to say that the product is going to help give people better sleep, and what is the evidence behind all the claims you're making about your product? You say you have patents. I only want to know about the patents that have been given to your company, not about patent pending stuff. I mean, I want to know the tests and the studies that you did to let us know about better sleep, better mood, better focus, better digestion, better muscle preservation, better fat loss. I don't know. You know what helps muscle preservation? Eating enough protein and doing things where you can continue to work out the muscles you have if you're able-bodied. Some people are not. Some people are not able-bodied, and that is something that they're not able to do. So some people have digestion issues and it's difficult to even eat protein. So like, and then you're going to maybe say, well, ketones can help you keep your protein even if you're not able-bodied. No. I think I'll pass. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yes. Should we put that one on the... Okay, scroll trail. I'll do it right now.
Tunnel focus and like blinders on and give you extreme clarity, because I couldn't imagine it. I thought I was already giving myself as many of...
Do you have extreme clarity? I only say this because I've watched probably more live streams of Courtney Shortney than I've ever would have imagined that I'd ever want to. Like, I don't know, over 100+ hours, and it doesn't, in my opinion, seem like the extreme clarity is there. That's my opinion. She could feel like she has extreme clarity. I'm looking for the evidence of the extreme clarity. Wouldn't there be a more direct and linear train of thought, and starting with a big concept and proving that concept as you're speaking? Wouldn't that show up? Wouldn't we be able to see that extreme clarity? No? Yes? I don't know.
As close to as possible of focus as I could give myself 7 years ago. And whenever I found out that this product could do that for me, I didn't even understand that it's an actual fuel source. I just thought like, oh, it's a supplement. It's just a supplement, which it is a supplement, but it's not just a supplement. Like, our body either runs on glucose or it runs on ketones. And the way that you can get ketones is by putting your body in ketosis. You have to eat a certain combination of foods. You have to, Lily B, I love seeing you on there. You have to do all of these things in order to get into ketosis. It takes time to do so. Then you were having to like make sure that you're paying
I'll slow her down. Don't worry. I thought she was going to talk slow, and now she's not, so.
attention to the salts and educating yourself on this and like electrolytes have to be up, or you're going to get headaches and you're going to get muscle cramps and you're going to poop nonstop, or you're going to get constipated, or whatever it is. Like, there were all these different things, and then
yeah, that's what the ketones that you're selling, the exogenous fun little salt packets that you're selling. Oh, that's not exactly what they are. They do taste salty, but you started selling Brian Underwood started selling the Mitoplex because it seemed like people were having issues with drinking the ketones by themselves and then getting dehydrated because they were in digestive distress. Am I wrong? Is that not why the Mitoplex has been added as something that you need to buy in addition to the ketones? Because the ketones are a product that might fuck you up? Yeah, I like your sweater too. I'm gonna put "Hello Darkness, my old friend" on the soundboard. I'm still trying to fix my stream deck. I don't know what was wrong with it. What the French toast? Hello Darkness, my old friend. Audio. Oh, play.
stress. Oh, you think about a donut, you might get kicked out of ketosis. Okay, like stress. Are we under stress every day? Yes, we are. Are we highly distracted? Yes, we are. And when it comes to ketones, if you can't tell, I'm in ketosis right now. When it comes to ketones, I am telling you, I experienced.
Can we tell that you're in ketosis because you're speaking quickly? I'm confused. What signs are we looking for that you're in ketosis? Can you tell us how you behave differently now than you behave different than you were before, so we know that the ketones are responsible for that? I say that calmly because I think that's important as a part of your sales pitch, or part of you proving that the product actually does what you say it does. God dang it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
what I felt, I'm one of the fortunate ones, what I felt when I first drank that packet in that first hour. I had been not able to get off of the couch, not able to stay focused even long enough throughout my day to thaw out meat for dinner. I'm thawing out meat at 3, 4, 5 o'clock while Joshua is getting home at 7, or he gets home and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't take anything out. Like, I literally couldn't function. My brain wasn't working properly. And I just thought,
I know not everyone has access to medical care. Setting that aside, I'm gonna say things like that are a big deal. It could either be attributed to mental health and struggling with executive function. It could be just your mental health in general. It could be something physical that your primary care physician can help you with. Those types of things are best addressed by somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about. And my question is, you took this, you knew you needed to make money on it because you went from Modere to Pruvit, and then you're going to say for sure it wasn't a placebo effect and that it helped you do everything that you ever wanted to do in life because you couldn't do it before. I'm incredulous about that, you know? 5 months of membership, let's go. We've got a scene for this.
I love you.
Thank you so much.
that was normal because that's what everyone told me. Oh, it's normal. You're just a new mom. You're under a lot of stress. Oh, it's normal. Stop telling people it's normal to feel like you have to tell your kids, that your child that's a year and a half, like, I'm too exhausted to play with you. Sorry, I don't want to get off of the couch. And then it's like screen time nonstop. That's not normal. It's not normal to have your mood just, that you're snapping at the littlest things. That's not normal. It's not normal. And the problem is that it has become a part of the average. That's why people call it normal. And it's sad to me.
Talk to your doctor if you have one. I'm not saying it's normal. I'm saying it's a multifaceted thing. And can you make a claim that a supplement can fix that? No, you cannot. There's restrictions from the FDA and I think the FTC as well. But the FDA is the one that regulates supplements. It doesn't approve them or give them a stamp of approval, but it does regulate them. And you cannot say that something can impact a structure function of the body without proof from a study, or I don't know all the terminology, but you can't. What they're claiming is so vague they can get away with it, but what she is saying, you can get slapped by the FDA for it or the FTC for it. Didn't she almost drop a suitcase on her kids because she was so wired and tired from the Pruvit convention? Yep. If Clown Town covered that, a few other people covered it as well. I think Savannah covered. Savannah, did you cover that too? I know for sure Clown Town did. And I'm sure there's other creators who did too.
Because I thought, when I drank this product, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what my brain is supposed to feel like. This is what a normal brain feels like. And then I backtracked. I'm like, but why have so many people been telling me it's normal to feel the way that I feel? Why are people justifying instead of being able to give me tools and resources to guide me to more focus and more clarity?
A doctor, a medical doctor, a physician's assistant, a nurse practitioner, a registered dietitian? Are you eating enough? I'm not trying to discount what she's going through. I'm saying food is important for your mental health. Making sure that you're eating consistently is important for your mental health. It's also important for your physical health. Eating consistently, eating enough food. That's why Beachbody/Body enrages me, because Autumn Calabrese is put on a pedestal for her calorie restrictive meal plan options. There's not even enough food in there for you to function, let alone function while you're working out a hell of a lot with any of her programs. Drinking enough water is super important. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you end up eating better and drinking more liquid as you're changing and taking more supplements from Pruvit, and that is starting to make you feel better. I don't know, because you haven't really given me enough evidence from a non-biased source, and actually like that has science included, for me to say, oh, that makes sense, ketones work. I still say, I don't know. Oh my God, what is happening? Technical difficulties. What the hell? What the hell? God dang it. Please hold. We're back. Sorry.
And a better mood and all of these things. And I think we've kind of demonized the fact that, like, people still try to tell you nowadays that, oh, it's about the foods that you eat, it's about moving your body and drinking more water. Okay, well...
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. That's a part of it, and I'm just saying, what are the factors? Have the factors changed? Can all of the changes that you're experiencing and all the good things you're experiencing only be attributed to ketones? That's what I'm saying. I am also the person where something was medically wrong with me, and ER visit after ER visit after ER visit, I was told, drink more water and lose weight, and you're gonna start feeling better. I started feeling better after I had surgery, and I had 25 lesions removed from my body of endometriosis. That was unidentifiable by any type of scan. So I understand the frustration of being told, eat better, move your body, drink water, and you're gonna get better. Because that wasn't the case for me. And I use a walker now because I couldn't walk last year. And I'm still experiencing the chronic pain from endo. So it's both. Are there things that I can do better now because I met with a registered dietitian? Yes, I can eat food now, and also surgery is helping me like have a better like eating experience because I can eat more foods than I did before surgery. So it's multifaceted, Courtney. It's multifaceted.
Our water is shit. Plastic is toxifying it. The pipelines are toxifying it. The bleach in the water is toxifying it.
There's bleach in the water? Is there bleach in water? I mean, I know there's bleach in like washing machine water. Yes, water from municipal water treatment plants and large distribution systems often contain chlorine, which is a type of bleach. Chlorine is added to water to kill bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens that could make you sick. Courtney? I'll just repeat that. Chlorine is added to water to kill bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens that could make you sick, which may be important because maybe you're going the alternative route with healthcare. Maybe having water that doesn't have shit in it is maybe helpful. My understanding, it's an extremely small amount of it. Isn't that a plastic bowl and plastic spoon she's using? God. Yep. Yes, it is coconuts. Yes, it is. Melissa said, Courtney, do you know what happened before we had treated water? That's a great question. Courtney, do you know? I have hidradenitis suppurativa. I'm sorry, I butchered that. And I was misdiagnosed until I was 30 years old. No treatment until I was 40. Prior to that, I was told it was poor hygiene in foods I ate. Holy crap. How did you get diagnosed, Chris, if you don't mind me asking? If you do mind me asking, then you don't have to answer, obviously. What's a little dysentery? Oh, thank you, Chris. Chlorine keeps us from cholera, giardia, and crypto. The dose makes the poison. Clocka, ding, ding, ding. It's wild.
Food? Oh, well, what are they doing to the planting it in the ground? They're saturating it with chemicals. Like the potatoes that Bill Gates has in the ground, they're saturated with chemicals so they stay white so bugs can't get to them. What does that do to our bodies? So you think McDonald's French fries, potatoes, that's a bad example, but even organic, so many people are like, it's a scam because they still are using, there's only like one form of food and it's so rare and more costly to even get. We had to pay like $50 for 2 pounds of carrots this way, and it is a term for food, and I can't think of it right now. Maybe you guys have it in the chat. You guys could. It's not even a salad. I need to eat. I'm just so freaking fired up, so I gotta shut off the live before I can finish this. But
were all of the fruits in your bowl that super expensive or organic better than organic shit? Is that what you're eating? Throw that tinfoil hat emote in the chat if you remember. The pseudoscience of it all, yeah. Courtney, you're on some conspiracy theory-ish. Dysentery always makes me think of the Oregon Trail. Yup. Drop a 1 in the chat if you got killed by dysentery when you played the Oregon Trail as a kid. I'll drop a 1 in the chat. Me. I was told for 20 years that I just needed to stretch and be active. I literally did sports, and that my pain was all in my head. Turns out my DNA is mutated and all my connective tissue is fucked. I hate that for you, Neffy.
they have this term for being able to rotate in the crops, okay? So once a crop is, for a season, is produced in a certain field, they do not put that same crop.
Every farmer does this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Crop rotation has been in effect, I don't know, almost forever. Oh, Courtney. Oh, God. Why am I so mad? Get your coloring books out, friends. Oh, oh my God. Crop rotation, revolutionary. If y'all were in the live chat last night, you know Av was on fire with the comments because, like, Av had a lot of experience with, I don't even remember the name. I'm sorry, I get nervous when it's the Moringa oleifera. Let's go. And Av has actually grown it for their own ingestion and has been using it since 2018. And it's definitely not the price of the Morvita powder from Life Activated Brands. I did crop rotation on our tiny ass self-sufficient farms. Let's go, Cal. $50 carrots, newly discovered crop rotation. She has never met a farmer. I know. Listen, if you're a farmer, you want to leave a comment on the video and tell us about crop rotation? Could maybe leave a message for Courtney that crop rotation is not new? What?
There, so that
Clocka said, we learned about crop rotation in elementary school. Samesies. Also, if one more person can like the stream, we're on 39 and I hate odd numbers. So, like, 40 would be great. Thank you so much. I'm autistic. I like even numbers.
The land isn't used to it, and then the bugs start to get acclimated to it. They just rotate it, okay? And they rotate these fields, and I forget the term for it, right? And that's how
crop rotation would be the term for it. No, yeah.
They stay so clean, and they don't use any pesticides, none whatsoever. And that is extremely costly to even be able to do that. So, yeah, okay, keep telling people that it's the foods that they eat. We try. We try, okay? We try to eat really good foods, and we try to eat really clean, and even getting an apple from the store has to be soaked and washed and scrubbed with the right things, or you're eating chemicals, and it's saturating through the entire apple. And so by the time you even eat through it, what are you actually getting in your food? And moving your body. Okay, that is super beneficial, for sure. Move your body more, like pay attention to how what your protocol is looking like for your day. Like if you're not exercising, if you're not developing your mindset, if you're not surrounding yourself with positivity, like or
Professor Google says crop rotation goes back to at least 6,000 BC. Just because you don't know about it doesn't mean that it hasn't been going on for a hell of a long time. Just because you've discovered something yourself doesn't mean that the discovery of that thing starts with you. That is an easy concept that I think most people learn when in school or just naturally. My skin is itching in irritation right now.
Even future focused people, this can definitely affect your mindset. It's definitely going to affect your stress levels. It's going to affect a lot of things about you, and how your body is handling the hormones. So that they say, we're going to get back to this, I'm going to circle back, so that they actually say that the determination of a child's ability.
I took out like 247 pauses in this video, so again, I like that the conversation is flowing, but that's what the cuts are from. And also I took out "and I was like," or "I was like." I took out that grouping of words just because I could. So we removed 10 or 11 minutes from this video. I wish we could have removed more. She's about to tell us about kids, so buckle up. Eloise! How are you? Eloise is an incredible pharmacist and YouTube content creator, kind of battling misinformation from a science perspective, and I'm going to link her channel in the chat. Don't mention school to Kelsey Ray. Kelsey Ray is getting dragged across the internet for her wild rants about teachers in school. It's just so fucked up.
To the level of, I don't know the specific way that they worded it, so don't try to quote me on this, but there are studies that have shown that the happiness of the child isn't determined, it's not determined by the father, because like a lot of people talk about like whether the father's in their life, like if the father's not in their life, they might go on down a terrible route. But it is not about the father as much as it is about the level of happiness and support that their mother has. The mom that I was.
Okay. How do we get from talking about Pruvit ketones to talking about, oh, she's going to say that ketones made her a better mom? Why don't you say that? Ketones made me a better mom, and here's why I believe that. Here's the study that was done about fathers, and actually they're saying that, support from whatever. But the thing is, it's like whatever parents you have, grandparents, aunts and uncles, whoever's raising you, if they are a healthy person, that is what matters. And sometimes the ball gets dropped and you get to enjoy therapy to fix shit. This is wild. This is way more wild than I thought it was going to be.
When I first became a mom, definitely was not that person. Like to say no to my 1.5-year-old, to feel like I know I raised my voice to my 1-year-old because I didn't have.
Oh, I'm going to be an asshole. Suitcase, escalator, because you were busy doing social media. That's kind of a big fucking deal. I know parents, I know stuff happens. I understand that. I had 2 brothers. I have 2 brothers. I have 2 sisters. There's 5 of us. Shit happened when we were younger. You know what I mean? Just from being a kid. Well, I will say one thing. Shit didn't happen with us because my parents had their face in a phone. I'm not parent shaming. I'm saying things can happen when you're not paying attention to your kids. When suitcases and escalators are involved. Okay? Hello! The smoothie bowl does look so good. It's dying in the window, yes.
The tools and the resources. And I had a lot of support, but I didn't know how to communicate at times about the support that I actually needed. And I didn't have support for my brain. Like, I didn't have support for my focus. I didn't have support in my mood. I didn't have support in my hormones. I didn't have support on my postpartum journey. I didn't have people telling me, like, hey, it's going to take some time for your body to go back. No, I had people telling me it was normal that I was exhausted. It's normal that you feel this way. Normalizing the pain and the torture that
again, unfortunately, there's some really shitty medical professionals out there that don't believe in the pain level that women or people who've given birth are communicating to their medical provider. I have never given birth. I had a really traumatic medical experience that I'm not going to go into right now, where I communicated my pain level and that was ignored and something worse happened. I feel for her pain. I am incredulous that ketones solve that for her. That's just, that may be my bias. That's my perspective. I don't think the ketones fixed that for her. And her saying that ketones made her a better parent to get people to join her team or be customers so that she can make more money is fuckery to me. Truly. It's bullshit. Oh, I'm mad. I'm heated.
we feel in postpartum. And it's awful.
Hi, Aya.
It's awful that that's what society has done to mothers. It's awful that society has caused us to put our children into school so that we feel like we can actually go get a job because we have free childcare. Takes us away from our children.
Teachers are not free childcare. You chicken nugget. That's disrespectful to teachers. I know she's been talking to Kelsey Gray because Kelsey Gray said the same damn thing. Teachers are not childcare. They're doing a hell of a hard job to communicate knowledge and also kind of redirect children who are growing and expanding their emotions and their concept of the world and also trying to learn shit. So like you're also dealing with like regulation of anxiety and mood and energy and all this stuff. And you think that teachers are childcare? What? Are you? Oh, pharmacologically, it is unlikely that the ketones did that. And if you're listening, that is Eloise, our pharmacist bestie, coming in with the science. And I love that so much. Thank you for adding that. We don't have free childcare in the U.S. And also taxes pay for teachers. So you're paying for the teachers in the state that, or in the county that you live in. The city that you live in. I am an educator. I'm not a babysitter. And teachers are more than babysitters. Trust me. Courtney, you know what? The medicine, pills, etc. we have now, most of them were only tested and targeted to men. Only in the past few years have some medicines targeted to women call out the system. Yep. The best thing Courtney could do is get the F out of multi-level marketing. Yeah, I think her pain is real, obviously. I think her postpartum journeys for her 3 kids have been painful for her. From her emotion that she's expressing. I don't love that she's using it to get people into an unethical business model. and that her story is being used to make money off of those people who are going to be financially sacrificing and put in a financially vulnerable place to participate in this money up movement like this, when it's twisty all around.
Takes away from that team inside of our home and separates us so they can control our children and they can control us as well. It was such a
control our children and control us from a school system. Listen, it's also one thing to be able to participate in board member meetings and talk about if you want things added to curriculum and letting the teachers and the board members know what you're interested in, or if you have questions, and talking respectfully to your educators within, like, when you're talking about like education is really meaningful. The amount of shit that teachers put up with and go through is wild. And one of the things you can do is say thank you and have conversations that treat them like human beings. Is this like, what is happening? We're in Conspiracyville, and I didn't know like what excess did we miss to get here? Hi, Michelle.
mess. I was such a mess. And thank you guys for being vulnerable with me and sharing in that as well. Because
Chelsea said, unfortunately, teachers are stability for a lot of kids. Let that sink in for a minute, Courtney. Shut the fuck up.
as I started to take supplements, not things that a doctor told me I needed, things that I self-advocate for me, that I've done my own research, that I've looked at.
Well, tell me about, did you get, I'm not trying to discredit you. You go to a doctor, you find a doctor that helps, that partners with you as you advocate for yourself. Yes, I agree. You're the best advocate for you. And if you can't advocate for yourself, you bring a battle buddy with you to the doctor. And as you're going through and getting testing done, and I am one of the situations where we're going through and we're getting all these tests, and I'm grateful and I'm privileged that I have insurance and I was able to get testing that was approved. I got a CT scan. I got multiple MRIs. I got multiple x-rays. I had a colonoscopy. I had so many blood tests done and nothing showed up. Nothing was wrong with me, but I was in pain. I couldn't walk, and I knew it wasn't in my head. Come to find out, as we're trying to self-advocate, and we're also participating in and my doctor was doing his best to help me out. I also went to an OBGYN, and that came back healthy. And in the process of self-advocating, we went to, we found out about endometriosis, and we went to a specialist, and you don't know you have it until you have surgery. And I had another, I don't know if it was CT or MRI. I had another one to see if I was stage 4, because there's been a new test developed to see that, but it doesn't tell you stage 1 or stage 2 or stage 3 doesn't show up on it. Only stage 4 will show up. And like, I understand not getting answers from your medical team and wanting it desperately, and also having that balance of really shitty people that have tried to help me and really great people that have helped me. So it's complex. Guess what? I was taking vitamin D, and I needed vitamin D because it told me in my blood test that I was low on it. The ketones, as Eloise was saying, aren't going to fix all this stuff that she's talking about.
How my body's feeling, that I've gotten my own blood work at times and checked my own hormonal levels and all of these things. I've done that for me. I didn't expect anyone else to do it for me. And I have found the supplements that support me in that process of being the best version of myself in my mind, my body, and my soul, that have transformed me as a person and a mother.
You know what's transformative? And again, I understand your physical health and your mental health feeling like it holds you back and it is oppressive. That you are trapped. One of the best tools that I found is therapy from a licensed clinician. Yeah, and it's a multifaceted approach. I understand. Registered dietitian, a primary care physician that you can advocate. You can advocate for yourself and feel free to advocate for yourself and when you're with them. And I'm not saying supplements aren't a good thing, but you can't make these claims, Courtney. Honestly.
And endless other areas of my life as well. A friend, just a human being. And I can't even understand the level at which people demonize supplementation for our bodies when we can't get what we need from our food or our water anymore. We can't. There's lies everywhere. All we're looking for nowadays is for people to tell us the truth. And we're going to fact check it.
Yeah, we are going to fact check you, Courtney. Are you looking in the mirror? Did you listen to your live streams after you're done? Because you're spouting stuff that is debunkable from PubMed, from the NIH, from the Mayo Clinic, from the Cleveland Clinic, from like reputable primary sources. So you're talking about finding the truth and you won't listen to the truth about the product that you're selling. Make it make sense. Honestly.
Like, you're going to bring value to me? You want to be entertaining to me? You want to show up on my newsfeed and tell me what I need? Then you better be truthful about it. And for me,
you better be truthful about it, Courtney. Are we getting pranked right now?
You're going to find people that are polarizing, that are just going to give opinions. And you have to know that when you consume people's opinions, which is being on my live video, you are consuming my opinions. I'm not telling you about scientific studies, that I'm not telling you you
literally were telling us about patents earlier, and you have talked about scientific studies on earlier parts of your stream. So are you then saying now everything you're sharing is your opinion? Because you didn't start with that. You didn't start with that. A lot of times in the anti-MLM space, we'll say, allegedly, in my opinion, so that people are constantly reminded about the stuff that is our opinion, so you don't get caught up in the idea that I'm talking capital T all the time. Do you know what I mean?
the reference list of everything that I've read and all of the things that I've done to develop myself. And if you want to fact check the things that I've consumed, here's the podcast and here's the this and then that. You're not going to get that here. Now, do I reference things? Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to tell you about my tools and my resources. But when I just come on a...
What tools? What resources? What tools or what resources? When have you actually linked something for us? When have you actually linked something for us in any of your live stream descriptions? I mean, if you have, let me know. I haven't seen it.
Live video, I'm not doing that. I'm not writing an essay for you in college. And
it's still meaningful. The fact that she says she's never watched an anti-MLM video, and the fact that she's talking now about citing sources because it's not an essay, like, you're telling me you don't watch Aaron B's streams? Give me a break. It's still important to say, this is why I believe this, if you're talking about studies and if you're talking about products, and you can find that on the NCBI or NIH or PubMed, or I read this on the Mayo Clinic site or the Cleveland Clinic or a .gov site. I'm not saying the government's right about everything. I'm saying that there's primary sources out there from people who are dedicated to science, and you could link it or redirect people to it, but you choose not to, in my opinion.
Giving you my site paper to tell you all of the tools and the resources that
My site paper? You mean your citations? And your references? Dear God.
I used in creating this live video, because it's just in here. It's just things that I've consumed over 10,000 hours that I've been developing my own mind, that I've been
10,000 hours, are you just counting the number of hours in the days and multiplying it by the number of years that you've been in multi-level marketing? Is that where the 10,000 hours have come from? And whoa, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. I'm gonna stop right there. Oh my God.
What the French toast?
Assuming, okay, well, why are people saying that supplements aren't good for people? Why are people saying that?
No, listen, God. If you're actually going to reference the issues that people are bringing up about you specifically, cite them. Meaning, reference them, reference what was said, so we can actually have a conversation. Or you can have a conversation with somebody that you have an issue with. The issue is you're claiming that supplements impact structure functions of the body, and you're breaking the rules of the FDA. That's the issue. At least if you know the negatives out there, you can address them, because they're actually things that people that may be interested in your product are going to be asking. And if you can answer it, or if you can correct it and stop saying that shit, you're going to become a better, more believable person, because you're actually living inside the boundaries that the FDA gives, because they regulate supplements. Oh my God.
Like, why are we finding out that it's harmful to drink bottled water? Why are we finding these things out, right? Why are we finding out that I mean, the list goes on and on. Think about things that you've heard on your social media, in the news.
Think about things you've heard on social media? Okay. I mean, I guess YouTube social media, and YouTube has helped take down the multi-level marketing plan in several businesses. So, I mean, good work's being done out there, and pressure is being put on companies to stop taking advantage of people in that kind of way. So, that's the power of social media, I guess.
Whatever. I don't even consume news, to be totally honest. I don't talk about current events. Not that guy. Like, not that girl. But there are times whenever it does finally come to me, I'm like, oh, it's big enough that I should probably figure out what this is, so that
As she's saying this, I do not get political on my channel. I'm trying to stay in my lane. I only have a certain amount of spoons. I only have a certain amount of bandwidth for difficult conversations, and addressing multi-level marketing fuckery kind of takes all my attention within reason. And I'm not looking to have a space where we start to continue to be more divisive within the community. As a reminder, please keep the politics out of the conversation. There's lots of other channels where you can talk about that, or talk about it, in person with somebody, but it's not going to happen at my live chat.
can utilize it in my content and what I talk about, because people understand it. They're seeing it a lot. They're seeing it, they're consuming it, and I want to bring value in that area and shift people's perspectives and give them a more positive outlook and let them know, what did I do whenever I didn't know about this thing that y'all have.
So you're saying you don't understand current events, okay? That you don't watch the news, okay? So you have no reference point for stuff, so that's fine. You're not going to address that. You're talking about science stuff. You're talking about supplements and what it can do to structure functions of the body. You're making those claims. I don't understand where we're going in this part of the conversation. Oh, you're saying anecdotally you believe that the ketones have helped you in some way and that it can help other people, so they should buy overpriced, in my opinion, ketones from you because everybody would want to be a better parent. Is that the thesis statement of this, of your talk? Your messaging, your overarching, what you want to say should be clear, and you should know your audience. If this is you on ketones, I'm confused.
Been consuming and sucked into for however many weeks or months or hours and going down rabbit holes. Meanwhile, I'm just so future focused. I'm like figuring out where I'm going. I'm in my lane. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I don't care about the.
You can't just say supplements and generalize. Each ingredient needs evaluating separately. Great point, Eloise. Again, if you're interested in in the replay crew or on this live stream, if you're looking for somebody who talks about the science. Eloise is an incredible resource. She is a practicing pharmacist for the past 20 years, I think, and has a great way of communicating complex ideas in a way that's very digestible for the audience. So if you want to go give Eloise a subscription, I'm going to link her channel again in the comments.
Critics and the cynics and
in the live chat. So if you're watching this on the replay, open up the live chat and you can click on the link.
like, if I'm going big places, the more that I'm going to strive towards and drive towards, the more people are going to come along with me. The more people that are coming along, the bigger the vision gets, the bigger the movement gets, and the more people are going to criticize it. So you have to prepare yourself.
No. I mean, yes, but good businesses and good products can stand up to scrutiny. Good business models can stand up to scrutiny, and questions deserve clear answers from the person that is getting scrutinized. Meaning, the answers to the questions shouldn't be vague and shouldn't confuse the individual even more. And if you're getting offended about questions being asked, you need to look in the mirror and you need to say, maybe there's an issue with me or my sales pitch or the product or the business model or the business. If I don't feel comfortable answering questions, that's a big issue. That's a big issue. Oh, people shouldn't criticize us, or they're just criticizing us because we're getting big. No, we're criticizing the unethical business model and how you actually conduct yourself in business. Don't get it twisted, Courtney.
For that, because everybody wants to be a leader. Nobody wants to do the work. Everybody wants to have a better lifestyle, and they want to be able to help other people, and they love to give, and they all these things. But when it comes down to what actually is challenged and asked of you in the process of doing that, you back down. You back down.
Why do you back down? Because you don't have the answers to the questions that people are asking? Again, there's critique out there about me that I don't give a shit about. There's some things that happen that I do address. That's fine. If there's people within my community who actually care about me and have questions and ask them in a civil, respectful manner, and I have the bandwidth to answer, I do. I wonder if people back down because they don't have the answers or don't believe in the product that they're supposed to be gung-ho for. I don't know. And again, if you're a bigger creator, obviously, than me, because I'm pretty small, I know it can get loud. Really, really loud. I've seen people like Savannah take criticism when she's done the right thing, and it was loud for her because she spoke up about this huge creator. And she didn't back down because at some point you have to understand that you can live in the boundaries of like telling the truth and getting behind, I don't know, being honest and being transparent and understanding that that's going to irritate people if they're not willing to hear the truth. It's more complex and more nuanced than what Courtney is sharing on this live stream.
You sit down, you shut up, you stop talking, because that's what they train you to do, and you say, oh, somebody else do it. They're doing it. Courtney's got it. She's going to let everybody know about it. It'll be great. People don't know who I am. Y'all know who I am. The people that follow you don't know me. You have to go share and regurgitate everything that you consume. All of the value that you get.
No, you don't what? No, you don't. You take in information, and as you learn how to logic through things, and then you weigh it based off of science or your core values or your interests, you can then say, that's not meaningful to me If it is an opinion or if it is something that you just don't want to store away in your mind palace, fine. If it is a true thing, that may need to be filed away somewhere. If it's a true thing that doesn't impact your life and doesn't harm others, maybe you don't need to think about it all the time. But information doesn't always have to be consumed and spit back out. That is where self-control comes in. That is where your mind comes in. And being able to say, is this something I need to share, or is this something I never need to share? Oh, I cannot with Courtney. I really can't. Oh my God.
You want your life to change? You're the driver. What vehicle are you getting into? What is the vehicle that's going to take you to the next level? And who's in the car with you? Who's on the bus? You get to determine that, nobody else. And the culture that you set, the movement that you're creating, the standards that you set for yourself.
What standards have you set for yourself, Courtney? I know that's going to be like, oh, you're being an asshole, DC. Scientific standards? That's a no. Which is kind of important because you're talking about a product that you claim can do shit. That you claim can do a bunch of stuff. Oh, I'm not claiming it. I'm telling you what the company has told us it can do. So you're telling me there's no standards. Right? Right? What's up, Aaron? Aaron is the go-to person for all things Pruvit. And I'm going to link her channel in the chat.
How you show up every single day will show people whether or not you're aligned with them and if they want to get on your bus or not. And sometimes people are going to try to sneak on there because they want to see what's going on the bus.
That was you when you were first trying to get to be best buds with Jessie Lee. And you're going to say like, oh, it's some type of creepy like thing. You did it. Oh my God. You wanted to see what everything was about. And then you started pursuing Jessie Lee. You did the things that you're like turning your nose up to right now. Good God.
They're just trying to get on the bus so that they can create this. I don't know what's going on. I get distracted by the hairs. Anyway, I'm trying not to, but I just.
Her hair looks great.
It's just my ADHD brain. Okay, wait, no. It's just my unfocused brain. You see,
oh, are you saying you don't have ADHD now because you have ketones and the ketones is what your brain needs, and so the ADHD is not a thing at all? Because it actually is a thing. Autism actually is a disability. So are you, I don't know where in conspiracy land we are, because I don't have a GPS here. We're just getting surprised at every single, I don't know, every moment of this live.
the problem isn't that sometimes it's not about like maybe somewhere where you want to go. Maybe you can see the future. Maybe you want to have success. You want to be, maybe you want to be a millionaire. Maybe you want to create these, you want to do big mission trips and give back to people, or you want to open a shelter, or you want to save all the dogs. Or
what is happening? What are we talking about? It's like one of my live streams. Like, we're off on a squirrel trail. Where's my squirrel? This is us. This is us right now. Seriously. Oh my God.
Or you want to do all of these things. Well, what you need a vehicle that's going to bring income so that you can then invest into things that you're really passionate about.
I'm sorry to throw some more numbers out here. I know that's not your favorite thing. More than 95% of people lose money or don't make any money in multi-level marketing, and the percentage is probably a lot higher. I know the percentage from that study that was done by, is it something Taylor? The number was very high. I think it was like 99.7%. I'm just going to say over 95%, which is still it is wild to think about that so many people lose money or don't make any money in multi-level marketing. And then you're saying that ketones and Pruvit is the vehicle that's going to get them to be a millionaire, or it's going to get them to be able to go give back or be on mission trips, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, open a shelter. One, you can't make those claims. The FTC has strict regulations on what you can say about what your opportunity can and cannot do. You continue to break the rules. And then earlier, Courtney, you're talking about having standards? Guess what? The FTC has standards, and so does the FDA. And you don't give a shit about those. It seems like, from what you said on this live so far. I'm pretty worked up about this. I wish I could remain calmer. It makes me, I feel big feelings about this, about her saying the things that she said to make money and convince other people that doing this will either fix their health or help them make money. It rubs me the wrong way. It gives me a bad taste in my mouth. It makes me angry. Or I feel angry because I'm listening to misinformation. I feel frustrated and discouraged to hear somebody make these claims that's gonna maybe speak to somebody who feels lost and that they don't have the ability to get answers from their medical team, and they're gonna think that ketones are gonna fix that. Oh God.
You have to have money. So why wouldn't you make money with something that fires you up and excites you and does change other people's lives? That you get to impact, that you get to see people's brains and eyeballs light up because they just love being a part and surrounded by you and integrated into an environment that literally we are just the best at creating these bubbles,
These high control group bubbles. Do we need to here we go. Let me add an overlay so we can take a look at the high control shit. 1 second. Is that the one that goes off? Okay. I'm going to add this. The influence continuum. Is this one? And I'm going to add so we got this. This is the influence continuum. This is the destructive side and the constructive side for individuals, for leaders, for organizations. But that is just I want to show you the pyramid. Please hold. Let's see. Influence. OBS. This is from another individual who was in Scientology and got out, John Atack. I'll read these in a second. I'm looking for my pyramid. Not the parody pyramid pop. I'm looking for an actual pyramid. Is it in here? No. Please hold. I think it's down towards the bottom. I think it's important to show because she's talking about they're so great at creating these bubbles that keep people, in and focused and all this other stuff. And it is about, here it is. Sorry. So you have the top leaders over here. I made this graphic with, Auntie Lushy. You have the top leaders. This is from Stephen Hassan, but anyways, I like this graphic better. You have the core devotees. You have the rank and file members. You have the fringe members over here. So that's how this can explain how people have different interactions in multi-level marketing companies. Courtney would be here in the top leader category. And it is a structure for these high control groups. When you look at how these high control groups are formed, they're formed on the destructive side of influence. Influence is everywhere. And so conditional love, for individuals, there's a false cult identity, conditional love, hate, doctrine, fear and guilt, dependency, obedience. But the leaders, you can read this for yourself, but it's a combination of using this influence range to create this group, high control group, keep people in, and again in this purpose to make the most money possible for Pruvit. And that's just my opinion. Rip. There we go.
environments of people to grow, to accelerate into the best version of themselves, to become 1% better every day, to be insulated into the top 5 people that they're surrounding themselves with. Everyone around them is holding them accountable.
Aaron was one of the original people that came over with Jesse Lee to prove it from O'Dare. And Aaron said this is classic speak when you are at one of Pruvit's indoctrination events. Aaron went to a ton of these events. And Aaron was totally plugged in, car earner, top leader, made a bunch of the structures, the outlines to run the team from the early onset. And so if you want to hear more of the behind the scenes of what happened with Jesse Lee and on the Jesse Lee's team, Aaron is probably the best resource in anti-MLM for it. My opinion, the best resource.
To like stay plugged in and play full out and have fun while we're here and engaging our physiology and being mindful of other people around us. Like, I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to put myself into this environment. You do not get that anywhere other than Tony Robbins events. Full immersion.
Other than Tony Robbins events? Are you kidding me? You only get that at Tony Robbins events? I think we all can agree. Maybe not. If you are a fan of Tony Robbins, I am not. I'm not for all of the cult, the destructive influence reasons that I just put on the screen. As a leader and as an organization and the things that he does at his events, you can talk about all of the money that he gives for charities and stuff. I don't care. The stuff that I've seen, I can't unsee, if that makes sense. If you don't have the ability to keep your identity intact as you're joining a group, something is amok. Truly, you should be able to keep your individuality in a group. And if the group is saying you need to lose yourself so that you truly can be a part of the group, that is destructive influence. If you don't understand that, you can read about it online. There's a bunch of resources. The people who have done the research in this field are not saints, if that makes sense. There's things that I really disagree with from one of the top people who has done a ton of research on high control groups, but there's a whole range that you can read about from a lot of different people.
And when you are fully immersed into these spaces that you cannot, that's not duplicated. You could see our system, you could see it, it still won't duplicate. You can see what we're doing. I could give you the full list. I could tell you all of the things. People are like, I need to see your, oh my God, what do you do? What is the system that you use? Can you show it to me? Sure. Go ahead, take a look. Here's the link. Figure it out for yourself. You will not duplicate what we do because you cannot duplicate people. You cannot duplicate energy.
Yeah, you can. Here is how you treat customers. Here is how you treat your team members. Here is how you do systems and operations in your workplace. If you can't teach that, you're not a good leader and you're not a good trainer. You should be able to communicate that to other people. That's part of the duplication process, but it's part of a good, team systems. She's like, oh, you can't duplicate this. Then your training sucks. Courtney, what you guys are doing is not special. I was so disappointed with the bite model creator when I saw this post about, yep, I was too. That's why I'm trying to be careful about recommending that. It doesn't take away from the research that he did for his dissertation, in my opinion. It's still helpful for other people. I just try to balance that out with, I don't agree. I don't blanketly support everybody in the space.
You can't duplicate it. You have to make a decision. You have to get focused. You have to stop being distracted, and you have to allow yourself to figure out where are you going, or people won't go with you. They're not going to get in your bus if you tell them, I don't know where we're going. They got to really trust you.
Okay, then how come you're not recruiting people? If you're talking about you have to really be focused, you have to really believe in what you're doing, and you know, your bus has to be whatever, so people want to get on and go with you. How come people are not choosing to go with you, Courtney? If people were behind you in terms of they're excited about joining you in this opportunity, what are your recruiting numbers? Because they were shitty in January and February. Non-existent in some months. So how did you make rank 10 if you can't recruit anyone? I'm confused. Truly. What are you saying? Does it match up with what you're doing? And it does not. It literally does not.
You're going to have a really small group of people that actually follow through with stepping onto that bus. You're not excited about it. You don't have energy about it. They don't even know that the bus is going anywhere because there's no energy around the bus. There's no standards around the bus. It's just like, oh, well, like, if you want to come, you can.
Exactly. And I think this is a great way to concisely say it. It's helpful to know so people don't intentionally support him in his views. Knowing the full picture is good. His research can still be good on cults and the bite model. Yes. Again, not withholding information from individuals so they can make the best decision to promote and preserve their emotional well-being is really valuable so they don't get surprised. And y'all are exactly right. And again, understanding that may play into his bias in his future posts, or being able to go back and say, I support this, but I don't support this. Because you have a better picture of the person who is doing the research. Absolutely.
It'll be really fun. Is anybody getting on your bus? No. Where are you going? Why should I go with you? What's your vision? What are you going
Stranger danger. You know what I mean? Like, probably not.
to do? And I'm so excited because the last 10 years of being these catalysts, of bringing this biohacking conversation, of being this big piece of this movement over these last 10 years, oh, the next 10 are even bigger. Did you, back in 2000, what was going down in 1999, y'all? What was going down? I was in 5th grade, 4th grade.
People were really concerned about Y2K and everything, like, shutting down, but also the fear that was there. There were people in the tech field working tirelessly to make sure the systems didn't get fucked up by the changing over from 1999 to 2000. People thought the world was going to end. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were scared. Maybe not everyone was, but there's a lot of misinformation. There was just a lot of like, what the hell's going on? And there was also a lot of people who had the knowledge and were doing a lot of stuff to avoid, technology crapping out. I don't know what she's going to say, but that was just one thing.
What grade was I in? 5th grade. I was in 5th grade. No, I was in 4th grade. And they were like, the internet's going to shut down. Oh my gosh. We better get...
No, it was not the internet. I don't think it was more the technology side of the systems going from 1999 to 2000, like changing it to the 2. There were so many people. My father-in-law, they were doing so much on the to help avoid all this stuff, and they were able to do that. So, yeah. My father-in-law was totally prepped for Y2K. This is from Melissa. I think he still has some supplies gathering dust in the corner of their basement. Yeah.
Water and toilet paper. Oh, we're not going to have any internet. It's going to be the crash. What? I don't even remember what it was called. What was it called? Y2K. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer Lynn. You're a little baby and you remember. Oh, so sweet. Okay. Y2K. Internet's crashing. We were just little babies, but some of you on...
I so desperately want her to eat her food. I'm like, it's going to get warm. Just eat it.
Here, you had jobs. Some of you were in college.
Yep.
You were going in.
There's lots of people concerned with the point of sale going down because, again, it's that switchover from the 1s to the 2s, and there are so many people in technology on the back end working tirelessly for such a long time to make sure shit kept working. There was so much work done. to help avoid all this stuff, because people knew and they were able to do something actively to help things not crash.
Into the career field, things that came from that. Google shifted. Apple reimagined. What was the other one we looked at? Who's the first one that we said? I thought it was Steve Jobs in the garage in 2000, but Apple started way before that, so I was confused. But it was
Yeah, way before that, like super way before that.
Google, the two guys with Google in their garage reinventing and coming up with the ads. Like they had people paying for ads to be on Google. That happened from Y2K. Apple came out with the iPod. Steve Jobs went back to Apple and was like, oh no, this is not going to die, because I am passionate about this. We're not just a computer company. We're so much more than that. A lifestyle brand. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
They came out with the iPod in October 23, 2001, not 2000. I hate to split hairs, but we are going to fact check as we go along.
Much. Dang it, Wendy. I appreciate you. Like, somebody help me out. Okay, Jennifer Lynn.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
you guys.
This is from Eloise. Just realized I've been a pharmacist for over 25 years. Y2K, I was working on call and calculating gentamicin doses in my mate's kitchen at 11:45. Holy guacamole, Eloise.
You all had me. All right, had my backs. Just a little delayed. Amazon. I'm like, there's a big one. It was the first one. We really talked about that one a lot. Amazon. Jeff Bezos reimagined Amazon. It went from selling books on.
Amazon started in 1994. The company originally started as an online marketplace for books, but gradually expanded its offerings to include a wide range of product categories. 1994. Okay.
Online out of an office with a handwritten
Gentamicin. Thank you.
Amazon.com thing on his wall with markers, and he.
Yeah, so 1994 Amazon. When did Google start? 1996. The first version of Google was released in August 1996 on the Stanford website. It used nearly half of Stanford's entire network bandwidth. Backrub is written in Java and Python and runs on several Sun Ultras and Intel Pentiums running Linux. Maybe that's right. 1995, it says on the Google website. Let me link this. About google.com. There we go. 1995. Wikipedia is way wrong. The Google story begins in 1995 at Stanford University. Sorry, I said 1996. Wikipedia is wrong. Found a primary source from Google.
Shifted into allowing other people to sell on his platform. Many people have noticed that we are in an unprecedented time, that we are in this space where I can't even eat this right now, that we are in this space where they put fear into all of us.
You're scaring the shit out of us, Courtney. Like, are you serious? You just told us plastic, chlorine, water's killing us, the food's killing us, the plastic's killing us. Like, you didn't say killing. You said like all this stuff is messed up, and you're using fear to recruit. So and now your positioning is, oh, the undisclosed, the hidden they out there is trying to get us, and you're using fear to scare us. Okay. Make it make sense. Is this what ketones does? Because I don't want anything to do with it.
Fear into us, and they just wanted us to be.
I love that,
like,
Kate.
Everybody's stressed out, and they're like, oh God, so what's going to happen? But the people that are insulated, like I talked about, the people that are surrounding themselves, their top 5 are inspiring them to reimagine the vehicle that they're driving, reimagine the value that they're putting back out into the world, reimagine how you're going to show up in this space. Who are those people?
DC, I have the same headphones as you. I just had to put them on because my boys are playing video games. Thank God for noise canceling. Yeah, and I didn't have these where I was for the 11 days before I started streaming in October. I just had the non-electronic ones, and in-ear, well, it's a long story, but they got taken away, and then I got them back, and I was like, I can't function without my headphones, honestly. Relatable, Melissa. I enjoyed reading dictionaries, and earlier Eloise said I enjoyed reading I read encyclopedia. As a kid, I read actual encyclopedias. Do ketones make you a conspiracy theorist? Because I would not like that. You know, I don't know. I know one of them thinks that, what's her name? Christina Figueroa thinks that we live in a dome. Flat Earth, there's a dome. That explains how the jets make the sound they do when they fly overhead in the dome. And the jets never hit the edge of the dome. Because that makes sense. If you're a flat earther, I am going to tell you right now, I think the world is not obviously round, but whatever. What is it called? It's cylindrical. Wait, what's the shape of the earth? What is the shape of the earth called? Spheroid? No, what is it? An oblate spheroid is the shape of the earth. Yeah, oblate spheroid. Thank you. Yes. It's close. It's called an oblate spheroid. It's essentially a sphere that is slightly flattened at the poles due to the Earth's rotation, causing a bulge at the equator. So it's kind of like squished at the top. Thank you. Oblate spheroid.
It's not the average person. It's the top 1%. They are so focused on the future and where they're going.
The top 1% of Pruvit or of the world?
And what if we're gonna create this in 10 years? What do we need to do? What's gonna look like in 5 years? And then what do we need to do over the next 3 years to make that happen? And what needs to happen right now? It's reverse engineering it to be able to see where you're gonna go. And the only people that are able to do that are catalysts.
You're talking about reverse engineering something, and how come you cannot reverse engineer, like, why am I not getting the results with my ketones and going backwards and then realizing that the ketones aren't getting you where you need to go? Like, why are we not applying the same thoughts you have about reverse engineering to, like, figure out that maybe ketones aren't doing what they claim to do? Also, if you haven't seen Aaron B's streams about the testing on the ketones, you might want to take a look at that. And I wouldn't, from what I watched in Aaron's streams, I would never take another ketone in my life if I were you. But go watch Aaron's streams. I don't want to give it away, but it's a big deal.
They have specific qualities about them.
Reverse engineering isn't innovative or new. She thinks she's being so profound. Yes. Also, hello, Heather. Heather is another incredible creator, YouTube creator, and talks a lot about the different individuals who don't normally get covered in anti-MLM. Really concise, thoughtful, intelligent conversation. And if you're loving kind of the hour-long streams and a little bit shorter, Heather's your person.
They're going to take inspired action. They're going to set standards for people around them. They're going to invite people along on the journey. But if you don't stay aligned with the environment, the standards, the core values of what I set on my bus, then go find another bus or drive your own. We also talked about today.
I don't think anybody want to ride a. That's okay. Why are we talking about a bus? I mean, some people want to ride a bicycle and don't want to maybe have other people touch them, but that's just me. I'm going to be the person wearing a sweatshirt and hoping nobody touches my skin, but I am also I have sensory overload all the time.
The journey of a hero yesterday and today. It's like we are in a time where we need positivity.
No way. Sherry said Ohio State is looking for participants for a study in ketones. I hope they're not the ketones from Pruvit. Good God.
We need valuable and for people like valuable thought leaders or
valuable thought leaders. Oh, we need them. Yeah, we do. Are you talking about in Pruvit or on your team? Because what?
Inspiring thought leaders who bring value and truth, speak truth into people.
Oh God. You know,
one day you think, this is gonna make sense. This live stream we're reacting to, it's gonna be cohesive. Someone's not gonna be a hypocrite within the range of the video. Today is not that day. Holy shit. Oh my god. Speak truth? Why don't you speak truth about your product? What? Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
People. Speak truth. You have to speak truth because people smell through your bullshit faster than ever nowadays.
You're right. People do smell through or can smell your bullshit faster than ever. Courtney, guess what? The internet is forever. We remember what you've said. We also remember what Brian Underwood said. We can look and see what's been done on actual ketone studies and what has not been done on Pruvit ketones. We've seen what Pruvit ketones have gotten tested and the ingredients in there, and maybe some of them would be ones that you would never want inside your body. Huh? Surprised? I don't know. I'm surprised. We can certainly smell the bullshit. I can hear Aaron saying this right now, and the side eye from Aaron, y'all can imagine this, right? Good God.
So be truthful to who you are. And if you don't know who you are, be truthful about that. Be truthful in finding yourself. Be truthful in sharing the journey of becoming.
Yeah, why don't you be truthful, like Aaron saying, tell us about all the volume you've been given from Jessie Lee's downline after she passed away. Why don't you be truthful and transparent about that? Oh, I wasn't talking about that. I wasn't talking about that. I'm sure that's what Courtney would say. I only want to be truthful about this one specific thing, and it's not ketones, and it's not, how I make my money, and it's not my downline that I, received. It's not me getting stacked into when Jessie Lee was alive. I don't want transparency and truth about that. I just want transparency and truth about some stuff so I can recruit you and make money off of you. Is that what you're saying, Courtney?
And falling in love with the journey of becoming. Have fun doing it, or no one's going to want to go along with you. And stop.
Where are your recruits? God dang it. I remember we were looking at recruiting numbers, and I don't remember if it was January, February, but Courtney didn't recruit a single person. And then she made rank 10 several months later. The math literally isn't mathing. And you're talking about people wanting to join you. Do people want to actually join you, Courtney? I am saying this because you're talking like you're an expert. Where are the results that show that you can do the things that you're talking about? And where would we find those? It would be in your recruiting numbers. Oh, I already have a large team. How did you get that large team? Oh, that's not the truth I'm talking about.
Creating these false realities like it's some kind of easy thing, like you do it once and you do it once and you get paid for life. No, the F you don't. Okay? You don't.
Today for our appetizer we have fancy vague word salad and a bullshittery dressing.
The right people that stay successful, if they just want to keep collecting a check, they are.
If you're just listening to this, Aaron B's commented, I believe it was the first quarter of the year that she hadn't recruited anyone. Wow. Aaron also said, tell us how Jessie Lee built you for years while she was alive, Courtney. That is the transparency and the truth. You can't just say, I want to have truth in this area and not say the truth shouldn't be across the board for you. The transparency shouldn't be across the board. You can't selectively say, I'm going to be transparent about this, but everything else is going to be vague, and you're not allowed to see that because maybe I'm being a hypocrite about what I'm training on. Because in my opinion, she is.
Off doing something else and going after something else. Retiring. Nobody even wants to do that. You think you do. You just want to get out of this.
I know some people do want to retire because there's maybe a chance that you become, you go from being able-bodied to non-able-bodied, and that maybe you have limitations in what you can do physically. So there are people who want to actually retire. There's people who have chronic illness that would love to be able to retire because their body doesn't work like it should. You're speaking for everyone that people don't want to retire? Courtney, I'm trying to control myself. I truly am. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyone else get itchy when you're really frustrated? Just me?
Space that doesn't bring you joy,
Okay,
that
Grace.
isn't fulfilling to you, that you're not passionate about, the vehicle that you don't even want to be in. The top 1% drive the vehicles that they have the most fun in, that they get the most value out of, that they literally can't see themselves ever stop doing. I don't imagine what retirement looks like. I imagine just living the most fulfilling life continually that I ever will, and always innovating.
Kind of privileged to say that your bus, your fun bus, is going to be able to make you money. Because some people that's not an option for. There's some people that are making money, that are able to make money, and it's the job that, or multiple jobs, or 3 or 4 jobs that just keep things, like keep the lights on and keep them barely fed, and like maybe can make a mortgage payment or a rental payment. Not everybody gets to be fulfilled with their job, and it is a privilege and it's a blessing when the stars align, and some people are able to do that, which is really cool. I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy it if you can do that and because other people can't. I'm saying it's multifaceted. Maybe she's not talking. Maybe she's not trying to talk about like capital T truth or like accurate about all of the work situations that are out there. Some people want to be able also to work and they're disabled or they have chronic illness or they have chronic pain and they can't work. They can't do the thing that actually gave them a purpose and enjoyment that they did before. And they lose a sense of like who they were as a person, even though they'd love to be able to work again. So it's way more complex than she's making it out to be. Let's normalize not loving your job. If you want to go and do your job and go home, that's completely okay. I love that, Chelsea.
Always growing and always creating and new and inviting new.
That's amazing.
And surrounding myself. And I think about, oh my gosh, what does my life look like in 5 years, in 10 years? And I reverse engineer it.
And this is the good thing. If you're a pro Pruvit person or pro ketone, exogenous ketones person, Eloise, the pharmacist, said, I welcome proper studies on ketones. And I agree with that. I'm not saying, oh my gosh, I dislike Pruvit. I think that Brian Underwood is some of the ways that he behaves is unethical, and some behaviors that I would never agree with ever. I don't want my bias to get in the way of me saying I would welcome proper studies on ketones. Truly. I would welcome proper studies on moringa. I would welcome proper studies on essential oils. You know what I'm saying? It's the business model that's unethical for me. It puts people in a financially precarious position more often than not. And people who behave like this in the leader position, in the pyramid, where's our pyramid? As a top leader in the destructive influence realm are some of the people that are problematic. It's the business model and it's also the behavior. You can be the victim and the perpetrator at the same time in multi-level marketing. Same of what I did when I was in Mary Kay. I was a victim of the unethical business model and how my upline coerced me to do stuff. And I also brought other people into the model. And that's hard to wrap your mind around when you're still in. It really is.
Think about, where was I 7 years ago? Could I even see what this looks like now? Because most of us cannot even picture their lives. It's sometimes some people.
This is something else too. I know we're kind of taking a lot of pauses here. Melissa said, plus there are so many factors beyond our control that can happen in life. For example, if all MLMs go to strictly affiliate model, what you going to do then, Courtney? good question. No, it's okay. We are just having fun. I'm doing a little bit longer stream because this is a long video. So we're trying to figure, hopefully this is fun for y'all. We need some bats though. There we go. Freaking bats.
People can look at like double what they have now, right? Like, so if you stretch yourself and double what you have now, not necessarily just income wise, but just like abundantly double what you have. That's about as far as your mind can take you. For most people, unless you practice this, you practice stretching your mind and you practice stretching your vision, you practice stretching your dreams, you practice stretching yourself.
What about stretching our logic and our ability to work through things in a way that is actually, I don't know, scientifically founded? I don't know. Why don't we practice our logic? Why don't we practice that?
And your habits and your skills. Like everybody.
Aaron is commenting again. Aaron Bees, who's another incredible creator on YouTube, has experience with Jesse Lee, was one of the close people that came over from Modere to Pruvit. And Aaron is saying this: Courtney, I would love to see the income you make from selling ketones to actual customers versus what you are making from the team you were gifted. I would love to know that. I would love to know the truth of that. I would love to see the transparency of that when she's so open about sharing stuff with us. Let's practice critical thinking. Yes, her hair does look great. And we love her sweater and her dress underneath. Cute. We would love for her to eat her lunch. It looks delicious.
Wants to be the leader, nobody wants to lead. You look at the best people. You look at the people that your mentors that you look up to, like on that superhero journey, right? In the hero's journey, there's always a mentor. And then there's that defining moment that they make a decision.
She ate a couple bites at the beginning and now we're just watching it like melt.
To take action, inspired action on what the mentor has taught them. But in order to actually close the cycle and really truly become that superhero, you think about Catwoman, you think about Batman. What happened to Batman? Batman's pivotal moment, his origin story.
You know what I think of when I think of superheroes? And I love DC, I love Marvel, I get that. When we're talking about actual superheroes in the workplace, I mean, the economy in general, like everybody who's able to participate in that is great. And when it's stable, that's incredible. But the first responders, the nurses, the doctors, the fire people, the the good police officers, I know, are utilities / water people, those people like are electricians. Like there's a whole thing if we're talking about people in the economy who, without them, we would be in such a precarious spot. Those, I would say, are in the hero category. In the military, too. Hi! I literally can't do anything else while I'm eating, including talk. I can't walk and talk at the same time. So, I get that. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to... And Aaron said the hero's journey that comes from ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson. Fun fact, Russell allegedly has a distributor position in Pruvit. Ooh, the tea. Trash truck workers, yes. Sanitation workers, exactly. Teachers too, hell yeah. Exactly. I know there's a lot more. And in general, the whole economy is running because people are able to participate, and then there's also support for those, and I wish there was more, who are disabled, injured, etc. Hi, Stephanie.
He watched his parents get shot in front of him, and he vowed to become the person that would stop that from happening to other people. It was a defining moment. He's no different than anyone else, especially Batman.
Okay. She's talking about Batman. Okay, I'm being too literal. I know I am. I'm gonna keep playing.
Batman just had money. He just had money. He would have given all the money up to have his parents back. Don't you think? But you never would have had Batman without that story, without that tough, challenging moment. We wouldn't have had Batman if he hadn't made that decision to shift, to pivot, to become. And most people will never actually do what it takes. I'll do whatever it takes. How do you hit the golf ball like that? Oh my gosh, how do you crush the bait? How do you score the touchdowns? How do you crush the home runs? Like, I want to do what you do. Oh my gosh, how are you able to bake so well? Oh my goodness, you make the most amazing graphics. Wow, I love what you've done with your garden. I wish I could do that. I would do whatever it takes to be able to.
Batman was made up by a real person. This is what Av is saying. That's why we have Batman. Yes. Batman is fictitious. Exactly. There's also something to be said for you being in the job that you're capable of doing. I'm so grateful for nurses and doctors and phlebotomists, like people in the medical field in general. I would not be able to do any of those type of jobs because of my brain, my autism. And I know there's people who are autistic who can do that. I'm not one of them. My anxiety doesn't allow me to do that. I would not be an asset in that field, if that makes sense. Understanding who you are and your capabilities is really valuable if you're able to work. Finding a job where you can be an asset and that you can actually do it without, ruining your health in the process.
To have that. No, you wouldn't. It's not talent. It's skills. And to build skills,
Agree.
You just give it time with focused energy. Focused energy. And the problem is that nowadays we have so many distractions. Not only our phones, but the top 5 people that we're surrounding ourselves with. Evaluate your conversations. What are you talking about? You talking about current events? You talking about people, you gossiping? Or are you talking about the future and where you're going? Because if you're not, your peer...
Current events matter because you can sometimes change the course of things in a positive way because you can come together with people and you can talk and have discussions where you treat your fellow person like a human being, even if you disagree politically or religiously or whatever. And you can create healthier communities by talking to people and talking about current events and participating and trying to change it and do something different. And sometimes it's a long process. So for, poo-pooing the idea of talking about current events, I'm not saying it's for everybody. I'm saying that treating your fellow man, your fellow human being, like a human being is valuable. Your neighbor, treating your neighbor as a human being is valuable, and that is something that you can do that's positive for the world.
Group is holding you back, and you're not doing whatever it takes to get what you want. And it sucks when people don't want to grow with you. It sucks when people don't stay close to the fire and stay plugged into that vision that they told you that they would. Oh God, I'm in this with you.
People can pivot at any time for any reason, and environmental, socioeconomic factors can change what people want, and you should be able to leave a group at any time. And if you're not, you could be in a high control group. You could be under negative influence, destructive influence. And now she's poo-pooing the idea of someone listening to their gut and leaving if they want to.
We're going to the top. I'm so excited. I'm so fired up. It does suck, but you don't get to control other people. You only get to control you. I'm emotional.
She's talking about you only get to control you. You're not going to control other people, but she was just saying that people should stay regardless of what they think or what they feel, because that's the lesser and worst choice you can make, is leaving. Courtney, what are you doing?
Like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing really well with my peer group. However,
that's cool.
I can do better. I can spend more time with people who are even more focused on the future. Shauna Lang. I wanted to ask the team. I wanted to be like, who's in your top 5? I literally almost texted, but I'm so present. I almost texted, hey, I want to know how many of you, I love that y'all are.
You're so present, but we're not eating. Eating's important. Your food's important. Hydration, important. Especially at these events when your food is limited, your water is limited, your sleep is limited, and those are all potentially high control group factors. Oh my gosh, I'm not in a high control group. Are you able to get sleep? Are you able to preserve and promote your emotional and physical well-being? If not, you should be wary of the situation. You should be able to weigh. You should understand what involves a high control group, what involves destructive influence, and you can make what is it called? An intelligent decision for yourself. I think we're all rooting for her to eat her food, and she's just not going to.
Look,
Hi, Tish.
not even send this in the team chat. I'll just say to y'all that are on here with me right now. Doesn't mean that some of our team won't watch this on the replay. Some of our team is here. Am I in your top 5? Do you want me to be?
No.
It's not my choice.
Sorry.
I got my top 5. I know who I'm talking to. And if you become future focused and you
Guess what? I met so many incredible people at the place I was at that I've maintained, like, talking to them after I left. And I'll talk about this more maybe in a couple weeks. But in terms of, like, having close people, that number can grow. And you can have enough flexibility to say, like, there's room for incredible people and it doesn't just have to be 5. I mean, I know she's not being literal. I'm being literal, so I'm trying not to.
become that version of, like, you're like, oh, I'm going to start to be this. I know who do you need to be to have, if you say no, if you say, yes, I want you in my top 5, and you say no, that I'm not, why am I not? Why am I not one of the first people you reach out to every single day?
Maybe because you show hypocritical tendencies. Maybe because you don't understand the science behind ketones in a way that is citable. Because, oh, you're talking and you're not writing a paper, so citations are shit. Oh, wait, you didn't say shit. Maybe because you talk about being present at events, but you continue to not. Maybe because of you're talking again about staying in the present, and how did that happen with the suitcase and the escalator in your kid situation? Are you doing what you say you're gonna do? Courtney doesn't. That's a red flag for me.
Why don't you talk to me every week? I'm available. Not enough people take my time right now. Just people get my number and they don't ever use it. So this fly is all over my water bottle. Good thing the lid's closed. Yuck. Every time a fly lands, it goes bleh. Anyway, a little wasp right there too. Can't be a wasp. It's too cold here. No way. I don't know what that was. It was weird.
There's wasps here when it's cold. What is happening? What?
My CEO, I have his number. He's like, I'll give my number out. Most people don't use it. When you hear people train, like me on this live video, a lot of this is just reminding myself, like just sharing how fired up. I'm anchoring it in for me. This is where I'm at. This is what I've grown through. This is real. This is literally what I've navigated. I'm not giving you things that I haven't done myself. I'm not giving you things that aren't actions that I've taken or things that I know that I need to take, or re-anchoring and reminding myself of things that I need to do. I'm not coaching you theory. I'm coaching you through what I've done. Hi, Amber.
What about recruiting? Are you coaching people on how to recruit? Would that be important to be able to have done large amounts of recruiting to teach on recruiting, or is that like a no? You're talking about people joining you on this metaphorical bus. Is that a story that lines up with your recruiting journey? Because if so, is anyone on the bus with you? Was that a story about something else? Because it seems like in multi-level marketing, you have to recruit a wildly large amount, and you have to allegedly sell, even though the reps are kind of glorified customers. Have you ever been able to recruit people and then teach others on how to recruit? Because the numbers say no. And you're saying here, I'm teaching you things, and I am not going to teach you things that I haven't done myself. So I'm hoping that you don't teach about recruiting. Oh my God.
Gorgeous soul. And so in this process, when I've asked myself, why am I not spending time around the people that I want in my top 5? Oh, I know why. Because I'm not showing up at the level that that I feel like brings value.
I mean, Jesse Lee had to pay tens of thousands, if not like $100,000 to be around the high level people like Ed Milet, allegedly, and whatever other people she had in her top 5. Eric Worre, she paid probably over $100,000 to, in my opinion. She brought all that money to him to say that this person was in her top 5, and she had to pay for that. So you're saying, oh, I'm not performing at the level. Do you mean that you're not paying at the level? Because it seems like you've only had examples of your best friend paying, in my opinion, to put those high-level people in her top 5. When she was alive, I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. What example have you seen where you can behave your way into the presence of people that you want to be around? Or do you have to pay? Do you have to pay? No, you're good at collecting, Mima.
To that person. I'm like, I did this with Jesse Lee. Man.
You, in my opinion, we've heard the story where you were interested in Jesse Lee and you tried to be around Jesse Lee and you were focused on whatever you had to do to be close to Jesse Lee. Whatever that sounds like to you, it sounds like that to me. And then you paid essentially to be close to her because you were buying a shit ton of ketones. The dogs are barking. So how did you actually behave your way into close proximity to Jesse Lee other than choosing to, in my opinion, participate in stalking-like behavior, which isn't healthy? That's as respectful as I can be. I'm trying to be so respectful to somebody who's about somebody who's passed away, but Courtney's behavior is still the what we're processing here, because she's using it as a training example.
Oh my gosh. Like,
hi, Lisa.
I haven't been going over to her house that much. Like, why? Why am I not doing this? I don't remember. This was over like probably 4 years ago, maybe.
She said that they had a falling out like 4 or 5 years ago. They had like she said it on Jesse Lee or Courtney said it on her live. Somebody in the live chat can correct me, because I know there's a lot of people who are experts on the situation. There was a time when they had a falling out of sorts, and then they had to like talk to each other kind of in an aggressive way, and then everything was fine again. Do you know what I'm talking about? She did say herself that she stalked Jesse Lee. She said it in a live stream.
4 years ago. I've been in my house been in Texas for 4.5. Oh my gosh. I don't feel like I'm working at the level and that I'm bringing the energy that I would be bringing the energy around her if I go see her, that I'm not matching her energy. I'm not.
Guess what? People, when you're allowed to be your true self, not your cult self, you get to be who you are in the presence of other people, and you don't have to mimic them to get along with them. That's something that is difficult as I learn how to interact with people. I sometimes don't understand the cues of things. I don't understand sarcasm. I am doing my best to figure out how to, I'd love to connect, but I don't want to mess up. I don't want to misread something. I want to make sure I'm super paying attention to, I know what a smile looks like. I know what a sad face looks like. I know what kind of, frustration kind of looks like. And so before in the past, it's like, oh, they're laughing, I'm going to laugh. Or, oh, they're smiling, I'm going to smile. Or, oh, they're wearing this a lot, I'm going to try to wear similar things. And it's like, as I've unmasked and I'm unmasking and I'm figuring out who I am as a person, it's like I get to be myself around other people, and I get to bring my energy, and I don't expect other people to behave exactly like me. And I know that I don't have to mimic other people for them to maybe accept me as a person. I've found that with Jessica and Charlene and Lynn and Wendy and some of the closer people that and Jen that I've texted with, even Amy and Jen B and some of the other Snark crew and stuff. I know kind of the Snark crew kind of have gone different ways just because they're in different places in their life. But as I've unmasked, it's been, what I'm trying to say is, You don't have to mimic other people's energy. You don't have to copy it for someone to accept you. As a neurospicy person myself.
The standard that I know she's at, not operating in the standards that I know that she set for herself. And the same thing. So I ask myself, well, what do I need to do? I need to take more action. I need to get more inspired. And I'm like, but when I surround myself around her, I am more inspired. So you see, we start to like pull ourselves away from the fire because we get distracted and we get all these things. And then we're like, oh.
I'm sorry to show you the graphic again. But when we're looking at this on the destructive side for individuals, for leaders, for organizations, it's on the yellow side, the destructive, unhealthy side. You get a false cult identity as an individual, which we saw with Courtney because she was trying to make herself in the image of Jessie Lee. And that is one of the destructive things of influence that Jessie Lee kind of pushed on her team. For them to be around her, it seemed like they had to be more like her. And that's just from that's from my opinion, from what I saw from a lot of live streams that were posted.
I'm not showing up in the way that I know that I should show up to be around that person. And so you stop yourself. But in reality, when you start to take the action towards that, that's when things start to happen. That's when you start to shift. That's when you do start to take more inspired action because you're around someone who.
Patty the Batty is back, and the smoothie bowl is still fully intact. Yes, we are mourning the loss of this delicious acai bowl. It's melty as hell. I love a good, like, if it's going to be cold, I want it cold. If it's going to be hot, I want it hot. The mid-range of stuff, it's like, oh, not for me.
Takes more inspired action.
Yes.
So back to the CEO, he keeps saying it. I know what it takes. I was the person who would message Jessie Lee and just talk to myself and talk to myself and talk to myself. And I would just keep messaging because she trained it. She said it all the time. She's like, just reach out. Just reach out. If I don't see your message.
Just reach out. So she never messaged you back. People, I mean, what do I know? Sometimes I go in hermit mode, but if your leader in a business is saying, reach out to me and I'm going to help you, and they don't, and Courtney is basically saying she's talking to herself. What is happening? Am I misunderstanding what she's saying? She messaged Jessie Lee until Jessie Lee thought she had messaged her enough and did enough time, so she finally gave her a second look. Is that what she's saying?
You have to bump it. I'm not ignoring you. Now, sometimes I'll tell you. Then you also hear, well, I saw this message and I needed to take time to process it. So I'm going to set a boundary when the energy is not right. So then
When the energy's not right? Or when the words are not right? How do you know energy is coming across in messages? Because sometimes energy or intent or tone is lost over electronic messaging via typing. It's easier with voice messages. It's easier for me with video. And if I say something and the other person can clarify and say, did you mean this when you said this? And I could say, no, I didn't mean that. I meant this. Be curious. Dear God.
And I know in my development, in creating better skill sets for myself, I realized, oh, I know what I'm doing. I am not bringing the right energy. I'm showing exactly who I am in the messages that I'm sending. And that's why I'm backing away, because I know that my energy doesn't match. And so whenever our CEO, he keeps doing the same thing. He keeps saying, like, so many of you guys don't use my number. Like, you have to, well, just keep reaching out. I also know for me,
That's melty as hell. Oh, rip to the acai bowl.
need certain people because of my capacity and the level at which I'm operating at. I also have people that I need to reach out to me. I don't intentionally not reach out to them, but I need them to keep reaching out to me or we won't fully stay connected.
Wait, what? If you want to stay connected with somebody, you do the work. And again, if they don't respond, it could be a mental health thing. It could be a aversion to texting thing. It could be a lot of different situations. But then you also get to say, hey, is this person adding value or adding positivity? Or like, is this somebody that I want to keep in my kind of emotional house that I built? If yes, cool. If no, cool. It's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, I don't know about this.
You'll get a response from me every time, but it's whether or not you can get over.
Good question. Heather said, why should we keep reaching out when we're getting ghosted?
The thoughts in your own head that stop you from sending the message because maybe you feel like you're just talking more than I'm talking. Who cares? If you feel like you sometimes need to talk through things, and by sending me a message, it helps you work through it, and you're like, oh my God, I got it. Thanks so much for that, Courtney.
Same. For me, I like words to mean what they mean. I can't do hidden meanings and undertones. Yeah. Yep. And a lot of times I normally take things literally, and I don't know if someone is saying something else. And so, like, I know sometimes that happens with people. And so it's really scary and has a lot of anxiety because I'm like, I'm trying to manage how I take things and know that other people relate with in the world in a lot of a hugely different way. And so it's like, I'm scared to message and stuff like that. It's just anxiety.
That's what I did to Jesse Lee. So then what? I know exactly how to just keep reaching out because he is so busy. He's at such a high capacity that I don't care how long I am just talking to myself and getting short responses, because he does respond to me for sure. But I'm like, if I want something, I have to go get it. The CEOs.
So you're saying you have to earn attention. And the CEO said to reach out, but then he's not really responding in a meaningful way. So he told you something that he really didn't intend on following through on. And you're saying to keep groveling until something changes. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Honestly.
Not going to give it to me. He tells me exactly the steps I need to take. And it's not just me. He tells
probably $20. That's a lot of smoothie that looks like bananas, coconut, chocolate, peanut butter, and strawberries on top. I don't know. That's probably between $15 and $20 of meltiness.
Tells you guys, if you're in it, he tells you exactly what to do. Jesse Lee told everyone exactly what to do. You want to shift your circle. You want to get around people that have high level conversations that are talking about the future.
She said pay for it. Literally, she's like, you need to pay for it. If you want to get around high level people, pay for it. Okay.
Want to know what that looks like? You want to understand what those conversations are? Like, I don't want to have small talk. Although I do care about your life and all of those things.
No, you don't.
That's not small talk of like things that are happening. But like, I want deep conversations. I want future focused conversations, right? And so when it comes to business, right? When it comes to friendship, it's different. You also have to determine, are these friends and the conversations that we're having, are they serving where I'm going? Because if we're constantly talking about what was, that's keeping me distracted from what's coming, where I'm going. I don't want to be distracted. I want to be focused. Tatiana, I love seeing you on today. By the way, I have an office in Frisco now, so you have to come meet up with me in Texas. I'm so excited. I forget.
You mean a room in your house? Like, do you have maybe she means an actual office. What do I know? Frisco's expensive to live in. So is she like sharing an office with someone else? Like, that's expensive. Frisco is expensive to live in.
Exactly where you're at, how far you are. So if you want to shift your circle, this is to answer your question, why should we listen to strangers telling us what to do? You don't have, if you feel like I'm a stranger, you don't have to. Go find someone that you connect with that feels like, wow, this feels like my best friend talking to me. Go find that person and consume that person. But we turn...
Consume that person? Is this vegan free? Wait, what? Like, oh my God. We're not carnivores. Literally, like, we're not eating other people here. I mean, I'm sorry I have to say that, but like, what? What did she mean? It's not literal. Oh my God. Hi, Shadow. I so appreciate the frequent pauses. I'm glad you do. I think you're the only one, Chris. I didn't know we were cannibals. I just found out right now. That does sound like cannibalism. Office screams she's renting a 9x9 room in a strip mall. Yeah.
Strangers into friends on the internet. That's what we do. Maybe this is the first time you've seen me wine study 411. Maybe this is the first time you've seen me. Oh, I forgot I'm on Instagram. I can maybe see if your name's on here.
How many phones is she streaming from right now? Good God.
Chaos. And if we consume them enough and we look at their page or they go live, you can tell whether or not you want to be friends with that person. Like, oh,
You don't give a shit. Literally, if you have a pulse and a credit card, they want to sign you up for any MLM. Oh, that's so mean. That's not how it is. Yes. Any single person that you come into contact with can be a recruit. That was what I was taught in multi-level marketing companies. And you can look at all my videos I've reacted to. There's so much where they said you can find somebody anywhere. Like, change your mindset about who you run into at the gym, who you run into at the grocery store, your friends or your acquaintances that you haven't seen in a long time, kids you went to school with in elementary school, middle school, high school, college. You go to the dentist, the dental hygienist, the dentist themselves, or you go to the doctor's office, the nurses, the doctors. Like, everyone's up for grabs. Pulse, credit card. Oh, we're more discretionary than that. Really? Are you? You're telling me that you won't accept 10 signups so that you can get whatever bonuses in whatever multi-level marketing company you have? Stop. You think that Jessie Lee was discretionary when she was getting however many recruits sign up? My upline in Young Living, Brooke Kristen, when she was doing 500 recruits a month, you think she was discretionary with who she was signing up? Hell no. Hell no.
Oh, this person's interesting. Oh, I'd like to consume that. And we have people at our fingertips. You can literally you can still have Steve Jobs as one of your top 5 if you consume him every day and everything that he said and just keep listening to him over and over and over again. You can have Jim Rohn as in your top 5 if that's the person that you're consuming all the time, nonstop. Now, you're not texting him, but even for me.
Hi, Sparrow. Here you go.
I love you.
Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Okay. Hope you're having a good day, Sparrow. I don't know what's going on. There we go. We're ready.
I'm like, oh, Jessie Lee is still in my top 5. I talk to her every single day. Still one of the top 5 people I'm journaling to. I'm like, right.
She's talking to Jessie Lee every single day. If you're just watching this in 2024, October 5th, this is the 5th stream in our is it streams and screams? I don't remember what I named it. October 5th, 2024, as respectfully as I can say this, and I don't know what everyone believes. Jessie Lee passed away over a year ago. And I'm not saying you can't talk to somebody who's passed away. I'm concerned about the healthiness of Courtney's way that she's managing her grief, because it seems to be impacting her kids. And if it's impacting them in a negative way, that's concerning to me from how she said stuff. Hi, Griffin. How are you? Oh, hi. How are you, Jessica? Yeah. Courtney is saying that she is still talking to Jessie Lee every day. Leave room for the living. And I love that. Leave room for the living. Leave room for the living.
Now to call me obsessed. I don't.
Griffin, you can have one too.
I love you.
I still have to make another one.
I don't care. I don't care. We're all our own biggest fan. That girl was definitely her own biggest fan. I was next. Okay. And same for me. I've got an incredible husband for support, but there's definitely ways that he sees me that she didn't see me, like, cause He's my husband.
Because she wasn't your spouse, even though she said everybody who was married to her team members who were female were her husbands or her baby daddies. What did she say? I know Melissa will remember. It was very, it seemed pretty, not healthy, not mentally, it seemed kind of toxic from what I saw.
But those two were my biggest, and my mom too, but they Jesse.
Thank you. I made that for Halloween. I'm still working on a few others.
He got to see me in a way in business and in my relationship and as a mother in ways that no one else could see me. It was reciprocal. It was like supporting each other, pushing each other, elevating each other. So find someone that gives you that helps you feel that creates.
You were, and I say this, Courtney did a shit ton of work for free for Jesse Lee. Jesse Lee didn't seem to appreciate the work that was put in by Courtney, and Courtney was doing it to try to earn her place as Jesse Lee's friend. That's my opinion. That's the way that I saw all the live streams that we reacted to when Jesse Lee was alive. Well before that, that could have been a not a misspeak, but a not a good representation of what was actually going on. That's just what it seemed to be like, as she's also explaining that she messages and messages and messages and messages until she gets a response, which is unhealthy, it seems like, because she's looking to work her way into closeness with people who maybe don't give a shit about her. Do you want to be in a place where people don't want you? Or where you have to give up so much of yourself and your time and time away from your family that you get taken advantage of? That just seems twisty. Courtney was an unpaid assistant, in my opinion.
That feeling
that's from Aaron.
Inside of you, and if you're like, oh my God, I don't have a top 5. I don't have a top 5 right now. First of all, there are people that you're texting, I'm sure.
It was something like baby daddies. It was something where she was, and again, this could have all been in fun. The way that it appeared, though, without context, without explanation, seemed strange because she seemed to claim people's spouses as hers in a strangely intimate way without, like, I say intimate because of the closeness and the way she described, like, the relationship, not that there was actually any physical stuff. Do you know what I mean? It was just it was obviously confusing to someone like me who takes things literally, you know?
Okay. So you have to look and evaluate at that relationship. And the second thing is that you're consuming people every single day, and pay attention to what you're consuming, and pay attention to how it makes you feel, and pay attention to the energy that it gives you and what actions you take after. Are you just going to the TV right afterwards? Or are you so inspired you're about to go work out and like go on a jog because of the people that you're following? What is it for you? And you get to choose.
Able-bodied, I guess she is, yeah.
Who you shift into. It's 3:30.
It could have been all in fun, but there's no denying that there was an underlying possessiveness to how Jesse Lee talked about her team. Melissa, you're so good with words. I love it.
3, you get to choose who you consume, how long you consume, and what you do with the...
I'm going to have to do this as a parody pyramid pop. Oh, I'm not going to be able to name it cannibalism, though, because TikTok won't let me post it. Oh, geez. We'll have to do this on a members only live and make this song.
Energy that you feel after consuming. Mama Nita, we don't talk enough. I was just thinking about you putting some oils on me yesterday and talking about like, oh man, I love you so much. I know I still need to get more, okay? I think I should just have you create a cart. I probably missed the Labor Day sale. It's very sad, okay? Anyway, it's fine. So
there's no... Oh, I should have done that screenshot. That's okay.
Fine. It's fine. Okay. I've needed lemon for way too long. It's kind of embarrassing. Yeah. Anyway, I'm digressing.
Lemon oil is one of the cheapest oils that you can buy from any essential oil company, and it's not necessarily special to get it from, I don't know. You can get organic lemon oil or essential oil or whatever, but just don't leave the cap on your painted banister because lemon will eat through your paint. Just FYI. So that's fun. And it's also photosensitive. What is the right word? You can if you put it on your skin undiluted, it's a shit show, but if you put it on your skin, whatever, as people like, and you go out in the sun, like that's a no too. I always saw the baby daddy comments as being possessive over the kids. Y'all are so good with your words. Possessive is such a great way to describe it from what it seemed like, from what we could see, from what was shared.
And to get back to the point, when you go to events, okay, if this is an in-person thing, and you start to see people that you're like, oh, I'd like to meet them, okay? I'd like to hear the conversations that they're having. There are two types of people. Actually, probably three, but we're going to talk about two. There is a person that has the thought and then immediately goes to doubt. Immediately talks themselves out of it. Definitely not going to happen. Actually, there's three people, I guess.
God.
Then there's the person that goes right near that circle. Oh, they're right there. Ooh, guys, this, and I'm not, this isn't like a, I think you guys all have this, okay? You have all.
Oh my God, finish. Okay. When she's acting like an expert and she's training allegedly on these live streams and then goes off on, I say squirrel trails. Squirrel trails are fine if you're behaving like you're some kind of expert and you're some kind of trainer and your trainings are very chaotic. It says something. It says something about your ability to be a trainer or be a whatever expert on multi-level marketing.
Had someone that maybe comes up and like thinks they know you.
And I know that can be a tendency of neurospiciness, ADHD. I don't want to critique that. I think that there's a way to have room for grace and have room for that, and also say that is a weak point of mine. Like, I take things very literally, and as I'm learning more about myself, it's like maybe I'm understanding this incorrectly because everybody's not literal like I am. Everybody sees the world differently than I do. So, that being said, I can be self-aware and then make adjustments to be able to communicate better with people that I want to communicate with. She wants to communicate with an audience in a specific way. Write some damn notes. Be self-aware enough to know what your weak points are so that you can train better, because you claim that you train all the time.
Or wants to say something to you, and you might even be able to acknowledge them out of your peripherals. When this happens to me now, I've become so aware of it. I will pull those people into the circle, be like, hey, were you can come in and chat with us too, right? Or I've had, because I will watch people that will wait, but will be so consumed in a conversation, right, in the circle that we're in, and maybe I don't get to bring them in, and then I'll see them, or maybe it's like an intense, heartfelt conversation, so I don't want to interrupt and invite somebody else into it. I'm just like, oh, they'll kind of wait until we're done, and then.
Annette just became a member.
I love you.
Welcome to Illyria.
Horatio Gold.
Headmaster.
So
Very pleased to meet you. So very pleased.
Hello,
sir.
sir.
Heard you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Welcome.
They'll be able to come, and they get to a point where they walk away. The amount of stories I've heard, not just about, oh my God, I wish I would have waited for the photo with Jessie Lee. I also hear for myself, oh my gosh, there was one.
I mean, Kate, sometimes you do speak in circles, sometimes I do. And obviously, I love a squirrel trail. It's sometimes it's difficult to stay on point when my brain gets tied to another part of as I'm moving towards like clarity. So, figure out how you want to talk, and you can make adjustments and try to get better. And one of my weak points is filler words and better trains of thought. And it's just a process, and you can have fun as you're learning how to do things better. So live chat here gives me a lot of wiggle room because technical difficulties are on brand for me, but we're working on moving towards getting better at streaming.
One time whenever you had so many people that you were talking to and I wanted to say hi, we didn't get a photo last time and like blah, blah, blah. It's like, stop doing that to yourself. We only regret the things that we don't do. You will never regret asking someone for a photo because you'll know right away if that person is going to become a friend or could potentially be a mentor or a leader to you or that you look up to by how they respond to you asking for that photo. You won't regret asking them even if it goes south, even if it goes sour.
How did we get from talking about ketones to asking someone for a picture at a conference? Can someone help with the map? Like, is it just a squirrely trail of I don't know, of missed turns? Because how do we get here?
And leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Now, but once you do it, you're like, oh, I asked. And if it's me, I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to make sure we get the photo. Unless I'm tired, then I'll just like let whatever photo comes out just be there because it's not going to turn out well anyway. So it's fine.
I get that.
Or I've been crying. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get the photo of me this time. So we're just going to let it be whatever it is. You know what? You don't feel confident in the photo? I'm going to help coach you through it. Girl, I'm gonna show you how to pose. Come on, like let's lean in. Let's point our elbows. You want to turn it? What do you want to do? What's the thing that's bothering you in the photo? Oh, I'm insecure about my arms. I got a solution for that. Okay? I'm gonna help coach you through this because we're getting a photo. Don't not take the photo because you're not confident. Don't not take the photo because you don't like what you're looking like. Don't not go ask for the photo because there's a bunch of people surrounding them. Wait in the line and be willing to stay until the very end because there are people that are willing to stay till the very end for you to get the photo, for you to say hello, for you to share with them the moment that changed your life. Because I'm telling you right now, that's like,
yes, agree, Becca.
I love being able to spend time with everyone. I do. I try to get there as soon as I can, and I try to stay as late as possible. I'm usually the last one walking out. Just ask anyone on here. If you see me at an event, where am I? Not typically running out first, unless I have to go get something, and then I'm coming back to see everyone that's still there. And I'm usually staying around last minute just to see who's still lingering in the room, just to be able to hang out, to take photos and things like that, right? And I'm telling you to take the moment for you, but I'm letting you that, like, you get to be that person too. And it's so fulfilling.
What person? What's happening? This was also my problem in school. If I lost the plot, I can't get back on track. What's happening? Go ask for the photo and be bold and hope that you get somebody who's nice. And if you don't get someone who's nice, like there's so many people in Body who told me they tried to get a photo with Autumn Calabrese and it was Ice City. Maybe it's not Ice City for everyone, but they're like, wow, never doing that again. What do you do if they suck?
Being able to, for yourself even, to be able to have those
the strawberries have slowly been sinking in because the acai bowl is like melting and because it's warm out. And I'm like, oh my God, regret. All that food is going to be warm. Warm smoothies when they separate are the worst.
Conversations and to be able to have those moments whenever.
And my best Gordon Ramsay, come on, Courtney, the bull is dying in the window. Bless, what makes her think people want photos. I mean, people get a lot of photos with her because I think of her association with Jessie Lee, in my opinion. And if she's friendly, cool. I don't know who she is. I've never met her in person. I don't want to meet her. I don't want any harm to come to her either. Like, I don't like how she trains. I don't think she's an effective leader. I think that she has hypocritical tendencies, and I don't think that she understands science, and she also makes structure function claims that she can't with her supplement, the ketones. I there's lots of factors that I'm not a fan of.
Where people are like, October of 22,
Yes.
there was a better trip that we went to in Cancun. We went to Ishkaret. And I felt so bad, kind of late getting down. We had plans to get to the river water. And like, I think I was talking to Joshua at one point and something happened. And then like, I got turned around of where I was going and we showed up and then we were going to like float around the river. Well, the river closes at a certain time. And we were like, okay, well, we'll take photos beforehand while the sun's still up. So we're like taking all these photos and like we had some girls that were there on their trip for the first time ever. And we just like were hanging out. Like I knew I was going to meet one of them, but then there was like a group of 5 of us that I just really hadn't had a lot of time with. And I wanted to spend time with more of them. None of these people were directly on my team. Even, by the way, none of them were direct to me. I made no money off of any of these people. I just wanted to spend time with them while we were there. And
there were many times, in my opinion, that, and this is, okay, I'll tell you this. There were times that I was in my 2 MLMs that I was in, where you're trying to do whatever you can to support the event that the leader has put on. Even if it means lack of sleep, even if it means extra stress, even if it means eating less, even if it means not getting to hydrate. You're doing whatever you can to support the leader or the event or whatever. That happened in Young Living, where we got rewarded with getting stacked into. That happened in Mary Kay, where again, you got access to events maybe that you wouldn't if you worked your ass off and you did stuff for free. That seems like what could have happened here, where she was trying to be a good leader. If this is at the same time Jessie Lee was still alive, which I think it might have been. If it wasn't, then I'm off base, obviously. But there were other things that have happened in the past where I think this applies, where she was trying to work for free, do whatever she could to get the positive attention from her self-proclaimed best friend. And she always seemed to sacrifice whatever she could for attention from Jessie Lee, which is unhealthy. It should be balanced. And she was, and Courtney was the one carrying most of the work and most of the sacrifice in the relationship that she had with Jessie Lee, from what I saw online, from what both of them posted. Which is sad. Like, it's unbalanced. It's unbalanced.
And we were taking photos, and my friend Amanda was like, "Oh my God, Courtney, you always give the always give the best directive on post."
Thank you, Becca. She was alive. Courtney said the trip was 2022. Thank you so much. Live chat, I wouldn't be able to get through a live stream without you, honestly. Thank you.
I'm like, y'all, I still have to teach myself this. I'm learning from Kelsey Ray a lot. I'm like, Kelsey, how you do that? I'm like, wait a minute, is that pose gonna look right on me? I'm not really sure. My legs are not as long as yours, so how can I make this look right for me? So I'm always learning this stuff. And I took the time to, we all took the time, we were like coaching each other, right? Like, oh yeah, this, oh my God, yes. And I'm like, I'm gonna hype you up while I'm taking your photo, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like taking photos and we're like on the racks and we're trying to like position ourselves in the best way that we want, because we're like in swimsuits trying to take these photos that we love, okay? And some of them, I remember Sherry, she's the one. Sherry, she's on the event live today. I wrote her name down so I'd message her to say, I love you and I'm so proud of you. And she said when she saw me the next time, and the next time, and even at Epic in 2023, December last year, she stops me. She's done this multiple times to me. And every time she says it a little bit different. She's like, I will always remember that event. I will always remember that was my first better trip. I never took photos of myself. I didn't know how to pose myself. And she's like, you helped me learn how to pose. And we spent probably spent 15-20 minutes at maybe like multiple people. The time wasn't just given to her, right? She's like, that changed everything for me. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. And for me, it was just like, oh, another time hanging out with the girls, taking photos, just like whatever, like just being me, just giving value in a way that like I told you, I'm never going to give you a reason.
I don't know. As a weeping willow, I probably can't speak to this for sure. Oh, I think she got emotional because what she did meant something to somebody else that helped her self-confidence, and that made her feel weepy. I can empathize with that because Weeping Willow. Oh God, I'm not saying I'm the founder of Weeping Willows, but I'm definitely in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? When I do, it's genuine. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thanks, Sam.
A reference sheet of all the things that I have researched. I don't know. I don't have one of those. I've consumed so many things that I wouldn't even. I don't know. And she said that it changed everything for her. She's like, I was so much more confident after that. I started taking photos. I started showing up on my social media different. This is her story. Everything was different. Jacqueline, yes, you were there too. Were you with us? We were on the trip, but we were down there with us, weren't you? I didn't see your comments before. Oh, that was the first comment. Amanda was great too. Amanda is so great. I love her. You just never know. For one, the power of proximity, period. When you surround yourself with other people that can bring value.
Power of proximity or pay to have the proximity. Yeah, okay. Not everybody has $100,000 to get in somebody's inner circle. And to pay like a chunk of money every time there's an event because you have to be there to try to get in proximity with somebody that you want attention from, like that gets expensive fast too. You shouldn't have to pay to be friends with someone, in my opinion.
To you. Anyone.
Holy guacamole, Jessica.
I love you.
Well, we're moving on up to the
Jessica said 16 months of making you uncomfortable once a month. I love it. Jessica does pay to be my friend, honestly. That's a joke for anybody watching. I'm sure that's going to get clipped. Oh well.
How to work an iPhone and take great pictures can bring you value, okay? Anyone that has positivity surrounding them and a vibrant energy can bring value.
I hope my proximity in terms of being able to influence Sparrow and my windshield wiper moves is appreciated with the intent that it's given of like it's a really great dance move if you have no rhythm like me. So
value to you, and you can do the same to other people. And I was just being me, and that was a moment because she made a decision to go to that event that she almost didn't go to. It didn't make sense for most people. It didn't even make sense to go. She got the invite, she showed up. Even her direct upline didn't make it with her. She came alone. She didn't know anyone. She plugged in. She made the decision to play full out the whole time and surround herself with other people. And then there's people that are like, they go and their energy, they don't make the decision. They kind of get doubt in their head and they make decisions based on the doubt instead of the commitment of what they said to themselves. You committed to do.
You can make a pivot at any time. I'll give you an example. I'm growing in my mobility as best I can. And the one thing that the person I've been working with, and I know that there's ethical trainers out there like Aaron B's and Brianna Jewell and Jen B. There's really great ethical people out there. And one of the things that the person I'm working with has told me is, we're doing this and we have certain goals that we're trying to meet, but you listen to your body. And as you learn to, if you have been silencing your body up to this point, it's a process of learning how to listen to it. And my trainer, the mobility person I've been working with, is like, I can help you when we work together, because I'm seeing signs that maybe your form is breaking, or we touch base and I let them know like how tired I am or whatever. And it's like, okay, we had these goals. We're going to adjust, or we're going to completely cancel one of the sets, because it's a balance of, we're doing this. We also don't want you to go into a pain flare from your chronic, illness you have. So it's when she's talking about making a commitment and following it through no matter what, not every decision requires that. And also, you shouldn't silence your gut to be a part of a group. You shouldn't silence your ability to listen to your body to be a part of a group.
doing something, committing to finding your tribe and your people, and sometimes our mindset can get in the way of how good of a time we actually allow ourselves to have. Same thing with the people that we can.
Yeah, when I listen to my body, my trainer comes on the channel and tells me to lift more, but she was right. I love that. I mess stuff up when it's from playing, when I was playing at an elite level of my coach, just like pounding it into my head to like push, and then I push to injury. So that's where I fall in that ditch. So I gotta like rein myself back in.
Consume every single day, and who we surround ourselves with. My phone over here is about to die. I love you guys so very much. I will keep rambling. I need to eat this. I thought I was going to eat with you, but I was just too fired up. I just keep talking and talking and talking. Okay. And back to that question of like, why should I listen to a stranger on the internet? People don't want to listen to strangers on the internet. That's the thing. They want to fact check them, and then if it's someone that really pulls you in, if it's somebody that like you feel crappy about, then maybe you're gonna go tell someone not to follow them. But if you feel excited,
oh, she ended. She just ended the stream because her phone died. Okay, we did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay! Always team up. We did it! Yay! Woo! Hooray! We did it!
This is the broken windshield wiper move. When your windshield wipers are maybe in a tornado on your car and or a high wind situation, and they've pulled back from the window and they're kind of like dancing, you know, kind of like a windshield wiper, but in circles, you know. I'm just joking. Tennis. So, all right. What do we think of that shit show? I don't know. Holy guacamole. We did it. Yep. And she still hasn't eaten her poor smoothie bowl. Man, rip to that delicious looking peanut butter and chocolate and strawberries and bananas and acai underneath, and looked like it had some coconut sprinkles. Like, that looks delicious. Well, it looked delicious at the beginning, and then when it started to melt, like texture nightmare. One temperature nightmare. Anybody else like wants stuff to either be, if it's supposed to be cold, really cold, and if it's supposed to be hot, you want it really hot? Because like, that's me. Broken windshield wipers. We've upgraded working windshield wipers, broken windshield wipers, kind of in a circle. Oh, special thanks to the acai bowl. That was a prop. Yes. Yeah. She's good at waffling about it. Again, at the very end, she was like, people just want to fact check people on the internet. I'm like, fact checking is important. You know what I mean? Like, if there's misinformation out there, if there's intentional misinformation, which is disinformation, that's an issue. If you are talking out of your ass, someone should fact check you. You know what I mean? But normal drinks need to be at room temp. I need my water to be ice cold. Yeah, temperatures are a big deal. Yeah. Opposite. I'm Elsa and I want it cold all the time. No lukewarm. Lukewarm's the worst for me. Yeah, I don't know if that's like I don't know. Jessica knows everything about me pretty much. So she was like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Oh, God. I tried to get away with a 10-pound deadlift. Jessica. Oh, my God. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for joining me in the past 5 days for, what did I call this? October streams and screams? That's the problem. Let's see. October Screams and Streams 2024 is the series. It's in a playlist. I was at one point working on redoing my YouTube thumbnails for my streams, and also redoing my anti-MLM playlist, but I got distracted. So I recently have started doing everything in Photoshop for my thumbnails, and it's a little bit faster. So that's why all of the October ones have thumbnails. So we're going to work on fixing everything and making it easy to watch stuff for y'all. And now I do the same to my mother-in-law. She didn't realize not everyone hears electricity. Yep, me. I hear it. Yeah, scrutiny's not a bad thing. Again, things, good ideas, good products, good businesses, good leaders can stand up to scrutiny. Honestly. Julio, I'm so sorry. I will be live tomorrow in the evening time sometime. I'm going to, I don't know. I'm going to do stuff tomorrow. That's the only thing I don't like about going to Germany. They seem to have something against ice. Ice water. Take care of yourself. Take your meds if you need to. Hydrate. Don't forget to eat. Maybe color and have some fun. I've been having fun with this coloring book. I'm doing black and white, which I'm enjoying. My little mushroom coloring book. It has some cats in there. Maybe play some cards. Try to like regulate yourself. And I will see you on the next live stream. Wait, did I forget anything? Okay. Toodles. Goodbye.